Doing good today. We're all doing well. It's time for another episode of Speedruns From the Crypt, your bi-weekly horror hotfix. Hope you're all having a wonderful day today. Before we begin, I do just have a couple of announcements to read to you. One, GDQ's next all-women and femmes speedrunning event, Frost Fatales 2025, will be live from March 9th through the 16th, benefiting the National Women's Law Center. You can visit gamesdonequick.com/framefatales for more information on that. Or you can use !FF and Twitch chat for more information. As well, if you ever do want to support GDQ Hotfix, we do have new Yeti Season 4 t-shirts at theyeti.com/GDQ. Alrighty, so we have horror games today. They're going to be fun. Obviously, we always have horror games, but we're going to go back in time a little bit to the year 1999. I thought some of these games have been kind of talked about a lot lately with all the culture remakes, so why don't we just take a look at a couple of classic PS1 horror game runs that aren't quite just Resident Evil. Anyway, to kick things off, we're going to be having the original Dino Crisis, but with no weapons, featuring Punchy. Take it away.
Hello everyone, it is 3 AM Punchy with Dino Crisis. We'll be doing no weapons, so we'll beat the entire game without firing a single bullet. I am going to start the run in 3, 2, 1, play ball. Might as well just get it started real quick because Dino Crisis 1 is a run that starts with a lot of unskippable cutscenes, unfortunately. So get it started, and then we can.
This is the first check.
Then we can talk through the logistics.
Over,
so normally there's a kind of challenge run that's popular in Resident Evil games where you complete the game with only using a knife. Dino Crisis doesn't have anything like a knife, so the challenge run just defaults to don't shoot your gun ever. Unfortunately, you can do that. You might be wondering how you get past boss fights without shooting a weapon, but you can, as you shall see.
Stay here, Junior. Leave the guards to me.
Anyway, these are our three main characters. They have arrived here at a mysterious island.
Did you hear what he just called me?
They find it deserted and eventually full of dinosaurs. That's the crisis that they're talking about. We'll get there eventually.
All right. It's clear.
Sadly, this game was before cutscene skipping was invented.
Okay, let's do this. I'll infiltrate the facility and occupy the control room on the first floor. I should have access to all the security systems from there. I'll contact you as soon as I've cleared the room.
And Rick's off. Thus, we've round the corner and cutscene. This run really starts as it means. It picks up after the first 3 minutes, but the intro is like this.
This brings a good question where everyone can we can ask the question of what's everyone's favorite dinosaur, and then the cutscene's all done. We'll have some answers.
Who were they fighting?
I'm a fan of the compy personally.
I don't think these
The little
the
guys.
tiny little
the little guys.
Whatever they were shooting at came.
There's a game called
the,
Dinosaur for the Game Boy Color. It's a dinosaur
Well, the hole was
RPG.
nice and clean.
You play as a
But I'd
compy.
still
It's
say you
awesome.
could have done this.
I like the God, I remember his name. But he has a
Still need to
giant
figure out what
spine
happened
on his
here.
back, like a
Continue
fin,
to
but he's like the
sweep the area.
T-Rex.
I don't know dinosaurs anywhere near well enough to have an answer to that.
Hold on, I'll look it up really quick.
Yes, we've got some control. Just for now. Pick up a key from the store. This game has quick turning. I think it's the first classic Capcom tank control style game to have quick turning in it. So that's handy.
I'm a moron, by the way. His name's literally the Spinosaurus.
The spiny. Well, they picked
It's
a
on his
fitting
spine.
name.
Yeah, I guess that would be true. Yeah, the Spinosaurus. Huh?
I don't know what's been going on here, but
Oh, good grief.
it looks like all the power in this facility has been cut.
Oh yeah, another weird dinosaur fact. Pterodactyls aren't dinosaurs.
They're not?
Why don't you
No, there's something else. I don't remember what it is, but they're
There's
not
something
dinosaurs.
else?
Nah,
I'm on it.
They're a
it's
secret
the
new
classification's
thing.
weird. Yeah,
What are you
they're
doing here?
a different thing.
Well, if they're not dinosaurs and they're not birds, they're a secret third
Apparently,
thing.
A flying reptile.
Hand it over.
That sounds
Let's head
illegal.
outside.
It probably is, but yeah, they're not a dinosaur. So just keep that in mind. They'll come back
No,
later.
that's
That'll help
tragic.
us later in the run, actually.
All right, our current
we have-
priority is turning on the facility's power so Rick can, open doors for us. But first, Regina needs to say a classic line. Say the line, Regina. Say it.
That's disgusting.
Yay!
This guy's been eviscerated.
I love her delivery on that.
Tore his
She's
intestines
so sassy
straight
about
out.
it.
Yeah, the guy got like ripped in half too.
It had to be some
Yeah,
sort of
eviscerated, she says. Ripped in half.
Okay, let's move on.
And then just that's disgusting.
Doesn't phase her in the slightest. Alright, we do a very short puzzle in here to restore the power. This is a type of puzzle that's like kind of recurring over the course of the game. Make the colors match. These puzzles are fortunately not randomized in any way, so you can just kind of memorize a solution. You may also note I'm playing the Japanese version. I'm playing the Japanese PC version specifically. There is a reason that I'm playing the Japanese version. It is not text. I mean, I think text is faster, but that's not the main thing going on there. Please make a note of that. It will come up in about, I don't know, 30 minutes for why the Japanese version is faster.
Gale?
There's one specific gameplay edit. And Gale has gone missing. Regina's aiming her gun, but that is no. That is no behavior. We cannot aim gun. This is no weapon. Although we currently have weapon.
The more I'm watching Regina's outfit, like, what's the point of having a tank top if you're gonna wear like giant gloves?
Who knows? Like, what really
Why are
is
they
going on with
sleeveless?
this outfit?
What is this?
Anyway, that's a
Like she just
dinosaur.
didn't want the shoulder.
Goodbye. So we cannot do battle with any of the dinosaurs due to the stipulations of no weapon. If this were any percent, you would actually attempt to fight that dinosaur because, as you see here, if when you run away from it, it triggers another cutscene where it follows you, like, into the next room. But obviously, if it's dead, that doesn't happen. So it's actually faster to shoot it. But in no weapon, can't do that. Gotta leave. It gives up after the second time, though. Can't figure out that fence.
Good news. I got the control system back online. What's the situation over there?
It's Gale. I lost him.
So what's the bad news? Did you run into some guards?
You're not gonna believe this. He was attacked by some kind of dinosaur.
Now that's a good one. So, who was it? Barney?
This isn't a joke, you idiot. We were just attacked by a big-ass lizard.
For real? What's going on over there? Alright. Head over to the control room and we'll sort out this whole situation.
Alright, control room, we are off. Rick does not quite believe us about the whole dinosaur thing yet. Scary hallway. This hallway will be a problem later, but not right now. Right now, we can jump into a vent instead. And we must now debrief Rick
What's our
on the
status?
dinosaur situation,
This security system is a
as he has simply been sitting here on computer the entire time.
So what exactly happened to Gale? You said that he was attacked by a dinosaur?
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. I just hope he's still alive. Anyway, our first priority is to complete the mission.
Priority is to complete. And they see dinosaurs running around, and Regina's like, yeah, crazy. Anyway, remember the
That's
mission.
a great idea, but Cooper has
I don't know
the
what this
radio,
is.
and he's missing.
I'm pretending these are like sunglasses or something. I don't have actual sunglasses on hand right now.
Hey, what's with this monitor?
That's the security monitor for the underground area. The camera's offline.
So I take it that means power still hasn't been restored to the area.
Exactly. They must have that area wired to a different power system than the ground level.
We can investigate that area after we finished our sweep of the ground level.
Okay, then I'll take care of the shutters that are blocking the way. You work your way in, grab the dock, and then rendezvous back here. Yeah.
Cool.
Now, what I want to know is where those things are coming
So now we're off looking for Dr. Kirk. And also Gale, maybe. Who cares, really? Gale's fine, probably. No need to worry about him being attacked by a dinosaur. Nope, the button. There we go. Positioning is difficult. That is a DDK disc. Most doors in this game do not open with one key, they open with two halves of the DDK disc that corresponds to them. It is a confusing system, and all of them come with an associated word puzzle. Because everyone who worked at this facility was very into anagrams.
Regina, I took care of the shutter. You should be able to access the control panel now.
Okay, so now we can turn off the laser fields and back on at will. I don't know why they call them a shutter.
Already? That was quick.
Those are laser shutter, I get. I don't know. Never heard of such a thing myself.
Get going.
Okay, so in this locker room, if you go too far forward, you get a cutscene of a dinosaur, like, breaking into the room. But if you keep the door just in camera shot, it doesn't happen. So don't extend too far. Saves a little bit of time there. Dinosaur positions in this game are very, very random. So, like, going back through that hallway is a bit of a risk factor because that dinosaur can, like, wall you from touching the button if it's just in the way. That is a constant thing you have to, like, learn to dynamically deal with over the course of this run. Dinosaurs can be anywhere in the room, like anywhere. And in rooms that contain multiple dinosaurs, they can often cluster in ways that can only be described as extremely unfortunate. It is a fairly random run, I would say. That was the second half of the DDK disc. We will use that in a bit. Up the stairs we go. Being very careful not to press the interact button too soon, lest you accidentally look at the funny mark on the floor. A thing I think is specifically put there to annoy speedrunners. And our first DDK lock. So every lock comes with a word puzzle, where there's you get like a jumble and you get a key to go with it, and you gotta detangle the appropriate word
A survivor.
from the two. They get longer as the game goes on.
Are you from the rescue team?
Yes, I am.
And the next time that puzzle comes up, which will be relatively soon, note that the keyboard is disgustingly not a standard QWERTY keyboard, it's alphabetical. It's an alphabetical keyboard, which is very awkward.
What are you talking about?
Here. Take this.
What's this for?
The first word we typed was head, which is typed entirely using the top row on an alphabetical keyboard.
Extremely vital.
Input this code. Get another keycard, tape exactly one step back to the right. Boom.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me.
Now, this guy can kill you instantly if you time this wrong. So I just, like, won't time it wrong. Now. Yeah. Just like that. Just don't get hit. A simple strategy.
I mean, it's been working so far.
We'll see how long that lasts. As the game goes long, becomes very difficult to avoid getting hit by all kinds of things.
I've unlocked the shutter.
And Rick is here to tell us where to go.
One more thing. I just caught a glimpse of something on the monitor.
He said, hey, I saw something. Go to this room.
It should be somewhere near the front of the training room. So
Check there first. A solution to this puzzle is newcomer on the extremely cursed alphabetical keyboard. That's the elevator hall. Take note of that corpse blocked by weird objects. That will actually be important later. That's a puzzle element. And here I'm going to be surrounded by dinosaurs, and whether or not I'll be able to run through without getting bit is kind of up to chance. There isn't really a good strategy for this as far as I know. It's hold forward and hope for the best. Flip a coin, Regina. I win the coin flip. Fan-dabby-dozy. Pick up this key, are immediately attacked by ceiling dinosaur. This game contains something like proto-quick-time events in that when you see this danger icon on the screen, mash the D-pad and mash every button on the controller. It doesn't care which, like, just press everything constantly. Face roll the entire controller.
Gale, you're still alive.
If you don't do that, you either die or take damage.
What is it? Another lizard?
That's no lizard. It's a dinosaur.
I think all of the, like, panic events or whatever they're called have been timed, and it's
Something's
faster to
really
mash
wrong
all
with
of them.
this place. This whole mission has gone sour.
Okay.
Anyway, Gale's
It's
okay.
always eat or be eaten out in the battlefield.
Don't worry about him.
No matter who or what you're up against.
He's a cool
Anywhere in the
guy.
dark yet? I've got to hook up with Rick again. My radio's dead, and he's the only one who can fix it.
And he's off. Because no one ever suggests staying together in this game. But then there wouldn't be a survival horror game to play. Where's the second
Just be
guy?
like Dino.
just Dino.
Yeah, there would be a crisis at that point.
All right, so I'm heading back out to restore the power to the lower floor. Passing through that hallway, there's a random chance that a dinosaur can, like, spawn in and do, like, a little quick time event on top of you. It either happens on the way out or on the way back in. But it will always happen, so it's going to happen on the way back in. It's mainly good for making your gold splits wrong. And you will always have time save in one split that you can never actually get. Which I think is a bit of a cruel prank myself. Why weren't they considerate of speedrunners? This game made like 25 years ago. Actually, it's even longer than that, isn't it? Oh god, I'm old.
Yeah, about 26, I think, actually. Now, I wanted to say something earlier when Regina vented, because I think I've been running the show long enough that when we had this game on, like, around COVID time, whenever she would vent it, all of the chat would keep saying Among Us, Among Us.
Oh,
and
no.
I remember that, and I've seen how it's changed, where now you go to an event,
So,
you
we
go
have
into an
power
event, no longer is everyone just, you know, immediately typing it.
I need you to come back here. There's something I have to talk to you about.
We're going back in that vent too.
I do kind of wish, like, sometimes some of the GDQ VODs would have the quick chat. Like, I get why they don't, but it's always kind of a neat look back to just kind of see how it was. Like, hell, I think there's, like, years of, not just all the GDQ VODs, but, like, Crypt episodes. You can see how times have changed, I guess.
The memes have moved on. And there's the
Yeah.
dinosaur spawn.
But actually, you know, actual speedrunning question, is it better to get them first or second?
Doesn't matter. Actually, you know what? That is a good question. I think it doesn't matter, but maybe it does matter.
like, I don't imagine in the grand scheme of things it would matter much, but I'm not, like, if you're getting, like, really specific about it, I imagine there's probably some case where you'd want one over the other.
Maybe? I wasn't under the impression it mattered, but maybe it does. I don't know.
What's the emergency?
Gale just told me he saw someone on the underground monitor.
It flashed by pretty quick, but I'm sure I saw something.
As ventilation,
Open the shutter to the
Regina
underground
vented,
area.
sus, etc., etc.
What is it?
Doing our tasks in the control room.
One of our team members.
Or whatever. It's been like a couple of years since I've played Among Us myself. I don't remember what the words are for all of that.
He
I
infiltrated
don't
this
remember,
facility
dude.
posing as one of the researchers.
So much time has passed. There's like so many different iterations of it now.
It's coming from outside of the building, to the east of the rear entrance we came in from.
Look, we'll deal with it later. Our first priority is the survivor in the
I'm
underground.
gonna talk about Dino games for a second. There's actually a really... There's some weird ones out there.
About? He's asking for our help. We
Like, have you
leave him
ever
behind.
seen the Jurassic Park fighting game?
There's a Jurassic Park fighting game.
Yeah, it came out back in 1999. It's on the PS1. It's called Jurassic Park Warpath. It's straight up just like Street Fighter. It's like,
I've never
but
heard
like,
of
I,
that.
actually, I think it's closer to Tekken. It's like 3D movement, but yeah, it's a real game.
Somehow that's the second dinosaur fighting game I know about.
All right.
What's the other one?
Dino Crisis 2.
Access to the underground.
You can unlock
like-
Dino Coliseum, which is like a versus mode where you can play as the
I'll
dinosaurs.
handle my things my way.
That's a little bit scuffed.
I wanted to put it in like the PS1 mystery tournament one time, but you need to actually like finish the game.
Regina?
Oh.
I would have had to like prepare a save file for it. Hey, this is a branching choice thing that crops up every so often, where you get a choice between like following what Rick wants to do or following what Gale wants to do. Gale's choices are faster almost all of the time because Gale is just like, go straight to the thing and do the thing, whereas Rick is like, what if we solved a puzzle instead? You never want to solve a puzzle. That Rick guy will steer you wrong. You want to go fast, not slow. Look, compies. Look at PS1 compies, dude. Creature. Polygonal.
They were all the rage back in the day.
Grab 2 medkits from that cabinet. You can't see them, but they do exist. I tried to grab a medkit on that corpse over there, but I kind of missed. I'll try and get it on the way back instead. Picking up extra medkits is handy. Like, if you're really, really gaming, you can try and go without any extra, but you're really betting on getting good luck. And I am not betting on getting good luck in the context of, like, a hotfix appearance.
Regina, are you there?
What's going on?
I have a positive ID on the doctor. I lost him, but he's definitely in the lab area. Drop what you're doing and get over here.
I can see an elevator from here. Maybe I can use that to go down from the first floor.
Alright, so that's our overarching objective for the next chunk of the game, is use the elevator, get down to the basement level. May I have this medkit? May I have this med... Okay, I guess I can't have this medkit, never mind. I promise you there is one there. I'm not crazy. Forget about it. First, we've got to detour back this way. Please don't bite me. Thank you. How very polite. We need to detour into this room to collect a fingerprint machine that can, like, store fingerprints, which we are going to use to impersonate some people. Please don't bite me. Yay. So far, so good on that. So normally there'd be a puzzle here where you need to track down a specific scientist's fingerprint in all, like, amongst all of the bodies by using a phone to dial a pager. But the corpse doesn't change, it's this one. As long as you stand in the right place. A classic you can't use this here of survival horror speedruns.
You know, I guess it's kind of a morbid question, but is there a reason why she can't just take the hand?
She doesn't want to?
I mean, it's probably easier than carrying around, like, the fingerprint reader. I mean, in Paris that helps later, but, like, the guy's already
you have to use
there.
You need, like, multiple fingerprints and, like, multiple different ones at that.
Like, yeah, I get the one that's, like, the blood on the wall. I don't know how they get that from that, but, like...
It scans fingerprints. It's fine. I think Regina just doesn't want to, like, cut off someone's hand and carry it around with her.
And she barely reacted. The guy torn in half earlier.
She said that was disgusting. Clearly she's against it.
I suppose that's fair.
She doesn't have a knife.
That's true. She doesn't have a knife.
That's why it's no weapon rather than knife only.
I found Tom.
And?
I was too late.
I do wonder why they don't have knives, and I think about it. Wouldn't like a knife be good?
They just don't.
Like,
they didn't figure out knives until Dino Crisis 2.
Like, this was supposed to be like a stealth mission, right?
Kind of. It's infiltration. Although Regina is Regina is the team's like demolitions expert, so she's not very interested in being stealthy.
I suppose that's fair. But wait, she's demolitions. Did she even blow up a bomb once throughout the whole game?
Yeah. If you play the game on hard mode, you start with a grenade launcher.
That's pretty cool.
But yeah, that is like her official role within the paramilitary thing going on here, is that she's like the demolitions expert. I don't know. I don't really know like who these people are and what they're doing exactly.
You know, it's actually even weirder because I think Jill Valentine was also demolitions. Also, like, I stole your gun.
Yep.
Or dropped it on the ground, I guess.
Dropped my gun on the elevator. That's where it's going to stay for the rest of the game.
That was actually the GDQ heads enforcing the legitimacy of this run. Wanting to make absolutely sure you didn't have a weapon.
Now, if I take the right line here and I'm lucky... Nice. There are pterodactyls flying overhead, and if you're either unlucky or take the line badly, they'll swoop down and hit you. But you didn't even see them. So I was both lucky. I was either lucky or moved correctly. One of the two. Maybe both. You gotta move good and be lucky. But if you're really lucky, you can move wrong and get away with it. Look, everything in this game is random, alright? Like every room. Because dinosaurs be doing... Like, you can't tell a dinosaur what to do. Just doesn't work that way. Press the wrong thing, pull a face.
I wonder how they installed these giant pipes.
Well, they're color-coded. It's natural. Just press the buttons of the same color. A perfectly logical way of doing your hydraulics, I don't know.
Why would you ever bother undoing it?
Who knows? They're hooked up to giant pulleys in the ceiling. There's a bunch of wrong pipes that don't fit anything.
Right, but undoing it would require like 6 button presses, so that means someone had to go in there and like reset the puzzle.
It was a prank from the gods, or I don't know.
This guy's also pulling a prank.
Pranked him in return.
Exactly.
That's one of the ones where if you fail that, you instantly die, for obvious reasons.
Also, that wasn't a weapon.
That wasn't a weapon.
It also wasn't a dinosaur, so even if it was, he wouldn't count.
Wasn't my fault.
See, it all came back.
Anyway, my pistol is still sitting out here on the cargo elevator. I'm going to continue to pointedly ignore it, even though it will in fact follow me from room to room. Like, as you can see the arrow pointing to it in the cutscene. It will in fact track down with you. I always find this cutscene kind of funny. Regina, like, looks out bunch of shipping containers that say "Wow" on them. Wow, Regina thinks, and she looks up. A hook, and like a scare sting, like the hook. The scary crane in the yeah, right.
Well, there's not any monsters in this room. I don't think this room ever gets any monsters.
Nope. I guess it's the horror of having to do a puzzle. Left, up, release, down, hook. Yeah, the crane mechanism is controlled by like a little card game. And we gotta make a path ourselves to cross. With the scary basement crane.
For what it's worth, it is pretty scary now I think about it. We don't really get puzzles like this as much anymore. Like, I feel like puzzles in horror games nowadays are mostly easier than they used to be.
Yeah, they don't make you play like a whole mini card game to move crates around anymore.
Don't get me wrong, you'll still find some pretty hard ones, but like, the old era of games is definitely a lot meaner. But I do wonder if that's because maybe the developers thought the gamers would be able to understand the puzzle more.
And if Capcom ever remakes this game, we will see what they do. Because honestly, Dino Crisis is like 50% puzzles by volume.
Yeah. Like, I don't like to jump on the anti-RE3 bandwagon, but one of the things I never liked was that there's like 3 puzzles total. And one of them you can brute force pretty easily.
I have beaten Resident Evil 3, I think, like 4 separate times now, and I have never once understood like the clock puzzle.
The one in the clock tower?
Yeah, I've never once understood it.
It's audio-based. So you're supposed to match the music that plays in the beginning.
Not the music one, the one where you put the balls in like the clocks and it like spins. I've never once understood that one.
I think I just brute force until you get it. I thought you meant the music one. I was like, the music one, that one's understandable.
I've beaten that game 4 times and I've never understood it. I still don't get how. Like, if you asked me to explain the mechanism of the puzzle to you, I wouldn't be able to do it.
Just hope for the best.
Get off.
You know, I do like how Regina takes no damage from getting ragdolled.
Yeah, no, as long as you mash out properly, she does not take any damage from those interactions.
But I guess, yeah, with modern Capcom, like, you know, they were to do anything about this game. That's actually one of the reasons why I wanted Dino Crisis on today's show. A lot of people are talking about Dino Crisis Remake as a topic.
A lot of people want it. It like popped the Capcom, like, not quite popularity. They did like a fan survey kind of thing.
In the US.
Yes. In Japan, they wanted Breath of Fire instead.
And Devil May Cry. I think Dante won, like, most popular Capcom character.
Yeah, there we go. Really struggling to hit the laser switch, though. What a great... Yeah, no, the password is laboratory. The password for the laboratory. Laboratory. Laboratory.
It seems like more like a lot of minor inconveniences than actual passwords.
Anyway, time for Regina to commit a crime. This researcher is dying. I'm going to help with that. Oops. Sorry. Accident. Promise.
But was it a weapon?
It was. Maybe it is a weapon. Maybe that should count.
Technically it is, but like...
I acknowledge it doesn't.
I mean, you know, maybe it's the thing where, like, you know, it's like, you know, I'm gonna spin my hands in the air. If you walk into it, that's on you, man. He could have left the poison room in theory.
Yeah, he could have moved. He didn't move. Skill issue. Yeah, that puzzle has 2 outcomes where you can clear the room of the dangerous gas and he's still alive and he talks to you for a bit before he kicks the bucket, or you can just not do that. If you do it wrong, he cargs it faster, and that's quicker because then he doesn't talk to you.
You know what poison gets used anyway?
Yeah,
I don't know if the game tells you what it is.
Three, 6, 9, 5. There we go. Bottom to top. Thanks to top. And that one. Yes. You have to, like, rearrange colors so that they match the example. I just have, like, the sequence memorized. Such is the way for this kind of thing. Where's this guy? He's on the corner. Okay, but he didn't react fast enough. Good for me. And now we have 2 keycards to open this door. We don't have 2 people. So we gotta call Gale over. Interestingly, and by interesting I mean annoyingly, it's picky about which keycard you use to activate this cutscene. You have to use the right keycard on the right reader, or Regina's like, no, this is wrong. I can't call Gale over yet. Use the correct one from the inventory. I don't know why that frustrates me so much, but it does.
So, what's our status?
Here, take this.
Ready? Okay, on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Nice work, Gale. And the password is energy, because they're studying a new kind of energy in the lab. The secret lab! See, there it is. There's the secret energy in the secret lab. It makes everything around it go distorted. The PlayStation 1 can produce mind-boggling effects. Oh.
I have no idea what that original meme comes from. Like, I remember seeing it, but people keep putting new images over it every time, and I have no idea what it actually was, like, supposed to be.
I think it's Kingsfield.
Wait, so it's actually just the skeletons?
Yeah, I think the original image is actually the skeletons.
Oh.
And I think that's a screenshot of Kingsfield. I think.
Warning. The emergency system.
I'm open to the
that's right.
possibility I'm wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure the skeletons
look this
are
up.
actually the original photo.
What's going on?
Oh, Kirk must have tripped off the security system. That fool.
That fool.
What's your status, Regina?
We're locked in a room.
Emergency lockdown in your section.
I do like this, though.
Inside here. Kirk must have triggered it off. We didn't touch anything.
We didn't touch anything. We touched
see what I can
nothing.
do.
How could this have happened?
What's wrong with this thing?
Cool it, Gale. We'll find a way out somehow.
Please ignore all of the many things we did in fact touch in this room.
It is the skeletons.
But is it Kingsfield? I know, I'm pretty sure the skeletons are the original
Yes.
image, but I'm not sure what game they're from. I think
It
it's
is Kingsfield.
Okay, I'm good at this. I know my PlayStation 1.
The
Yeah.
emergency lockdown has been
Are
bypassed.
skeletons that mind-boggling?
Tab 10.
They were mind-boggling at the time.
Section is sealed off.
Back in those days, you
We
couldn't
better
see
get moving.
three-dimensional skeletons in a video
That's
game.
the door lock, and we're on our way out.
That's great. But the entire underground area is crawling with
Mind-boggling
dinosaurs.
effects.
You'll never be able to make it.
Or dinosaurs, for that matter.
Don't sweat it. I'll take them all out one by one if I have to.
Brilliant plan, fearless leader, but I have a better one. These readouts tell me there's an emergency escape hatch in the dock's private quarters. You should be able to make a clean break to there.
Are you sure?
This is another, like, decision branch point where Gale is like, what if we just run out? And Rick is like, no, what if we did a password puzzle instead?
Get it. If you can't crack the code
And Rick
before
is
the
always
dinosaurs
slow.
rush in, we'll be completely trapped.
I know. You just have to trust me.
I don't.
Fine.
This team has really bad cohesion, by the way. Rick's like, trust me, trust my skills. And Gale is like,
No.
No. And we don't trust him either. We're also just gonna leave. If it
He's
sucks,
right.
hit the
He's
bricks. Don't like it? You can just leave. Uncomfortable social events. Dinosaurs if you're quick. Just leave. That was a really good lineup on that, actually.
You know, I kind of wonder, does that mean that Rick just solves the puzzle to eventually go to where he's supposed to go? Or, like, does he, like, follow your wake and hope that you killed them all?
Rick doesn't really go anywhere.
Well, he moves bases at some point.
Ow, rude. No, I'm getting owned. Let me out of here. Okay, I didn't get that owned. I got a little owned. Yeah, I don't know. I think they all just run through that. Considering none of them seem to be like dead by the time you get there, I'm forced to assume they also all just run fast. I'm honestly less concerned about, like, the little hits like that don't bother me so much, but there is a status ailment in this game called Bleed, and every single enemy in the game can do it. It's like Poison from Resident Evil, but every enemy in the game can do it. It's really annoying.
Gale!
When you bleed, you slowly lose health over time, forever, for the entire rest of the run, and every enemy can randomly do it to you if they want to.
Yeah. Gave us quite a run for our money.
So when I was getting bounced around there, I was like, no, I'm gonna get hit by the bleed. But I didn't get hit by the bleed, so it's okay.
This whole island set up as your little maze.
Damage, not the problem. Bleeding, that's the problem.
I am glad I kept you entertained, tough guy.
Shut up.
Anyway, this is Dr. Kirk.
I'm surprised they sent someone after me. I had heard they reported me as deceased.
His voice actor is having a lot of fun with this role. I like him.
So what'll it be, genius?
Relax, Agent. My study is nearing its final stages. Magnificent, isn't it? But I can't leave before I've analyzed the final results.
I don't give spit about your results. I'm taking you back under orders, so shut up and follow me. Regina, locate the communication facility and call in the extraction shop.
Say the line, Kirk.
Can't do this. I have rights.
He has rights.
Your government property, pal. I
Rights.
suggest you take it up with them.
You know, I do wonder where this game is meant to actually take place. It's like an island, right?
3 years ago, and now they want me
It's
back.
just
This is
some island. They call it Ibis Island. It's not a real place, obviously.
flat top job
Right.
headed.
Shut up. Where's the communication room?
Who knows where it actually... I don't think they specify.
Take the elevator up.
Wait, this game takes place in 2009?
I need a card to access that.
Apparently.
elevator.
This is news to me as well. I forgot.
I just looked it up. Yeah, apparently Ibis Island in the year 2009.
Oh yeah, no, this 2009 was definitely like this.
Also, apparently
Fine.
their team is named SORT.
Yeah, it is. The team sort.
Secret Operation Raid Team, SORT.
I don't
How long
know.
have they
I
been
don't
named
know.
SORT?
I think Sword is still a less stupid name than Trat from the
I
second
have a
game.
little unfinished
And
business
there's
to take
worse
care of.
names. I've played Night Trap, and they named themselves Scat, and they're making it a lot worse.
Can't say that.
Yeah, I don't know if they call it Night Trap, but they had some bad team names that were like, why would you name yourselves that? Wait, that actually makes it even worse because, in 2009, so I know this game came out in 90, so the game came out in 1999.
Yeah.
And they have a reference to Barney the Dinosaur that came out in 1992.
Huh. I never even
Yeah,
put
because they mentioned the whole, what's his name? Barney? That's a reference to the American TV show Barney the Dinosaur, which was a giant purple dinosaur's kids show.
I actually never
I
really...
looked it up earlier because I was like, how old was that?
I never
I
got
looked
that
it
that
up,
was supposed to be a
1992.
Barney the Dinosaur joke. I never put two and
Also,
two
this game
together.
takes place in 2009. How the hell is Barney the Dinosaur relevant in 2009? He got canceled in 2010. I guess they had more faith in Barney at that point.
Interestingly, that's only a thing in like the English voice acting as well. The Japanese subtitles don't have any reference to him because I assume Japanese players wouldn't have any idea what that is.
Right. That's I actually wonder is like, did they write that in?
A lot of the content of the English like voice lines and the Japanese subtitles are quite different from each other.
Huh. I do know they tend to localize jokes in some cases.
This one's very different, like relative to a lot of the usual like Resident Evil translations where they're very literal to Japanese. This one's very loose. I find it interesting.
I'm gonna see if I can find out where exactly this is meant to like take place. When's Dino Crisis 2 take place?
That's definitely not close enough. There we go. Trying to analyze when Dino Crisis 2 takes place and where it fits into the story. That's a fool's errand.
They go like back in time, I'm pretty sure, so I guess it doesn't really matter.
They're in some other time entirely. Dino Crisis 2 throws like time travel into the mix and throws time loops into the mix, and everything gets hard to keep track of.
And then Dino Crisis 3 is the far, far future.
I will be playing that soon.
I want to play it, but I don't have the room for an OG Xbox.
Unfortunately, I bought new shelving recently, so I do have the room for an OG Xbox.
Remind me after this part, because this part's actually pretty hype. After this part, I'll explain the Dino Crisis 3 thing.
Sure. Yes, we are being chased by big T-Rex. So how are we going to do this with no weapons? We're going to believe in Rick. We're going to trust Rick. Please don't die instantly. Dodge. Are you a health pack? No, you're a hemostat, though. This is... the timing of these dodges is random. You have to, like, pay attention to it, but there we go. He had a very large delay between his attacks, so that was lucky. I picked up an extra bleed recovery, too. That's random. That's not always there. Lucky.
All right, so Dino Crisis 3 has a pain because it is probably the toughest game to play out of like old horror games. It's not backwards compatible. I don't think there's a lot of tools just to be able to play it at all. So you would need to acquire an original Xbox, not like the 360, but like the old Xbox.
OG Xbox.
It only came out on that.
Yeah,
no
it's an OG Xbox exclusive.
Yeah.
One step back, and trigger cutscene. Haha. Dino Crisis.
The chopper's on its way here.
Great. Don't waste any time. And remember, use the main entrance to get to the heliport.
Remember, use the main entrance. Do not forget.
Yeah, I guess Eva's Island is just general unknown.
Generic research island. Who knows?
My guess is that he's saying he has rights, so he's probably like... I'm guessing like, what, American or British or something?
He's clearly British. He sounds British. He sounds the most British.
That's like the only hint we have as to like what... I'm wondering like what rights does he... Like what is the right to not get...
He has rights, generally.
I don't know what rights he's referring to.
Yeah, I've got a copy of Dino Crisis 3 like on order right now. It's being delivered to my house as we speak.
Nice.
Because it's the only game in this like the Dino Crisis series I haven't played.
Are you gonna play it on the Duke?
Like the big Xbox controller?
Yeah.
You know, maybe. I do have one of those.
I like the smaller one a lot better. The Duke was always awkward. Like, I never liked the original Xbox stuff because it was always just massive controllers. They also had the weird white and black buttons that never got reused.
Yeah. You still, like, if you play an Xbox game on, like, 360, you sometimes have to deal with those in weird ways, because even though the 360 controller doesn't have them, they still show up. This is the one, like, content edit for the Japanese version. This is where it matters. Why are you playing the Japanese version, Punchy? This puzzle has one fewer box in Japanese for some reason. They added an extra box to this in the English versions of the game, which means you have to do one more push, which takes ages. Because Regina doesn't do anything by halves. Like, I've let go of the buttons at this point. She is still pushing that thing. Look at her go.
I thought the dramatic music plays the whole time for box puzzle.
This dramatic...
The white button was for turning on the flashlight in Halo.
Yeah, sure, that's a good reason to put a whole button on your controller.
You know, I'm gonna see if Dino Crisis 3, let's look up early. What does it do?
Boss fight.
I have no idea.
Kind of.
It's probably going to find buttons.
Boss fight against T-Rex, except we have no weapon. What do we do? What do we do? Oh no. I'm scared. get ready to spin. Spin that dinosaur. Get rotated, idiot. Yeah, so this fight is one of the kinds of fight where it functions on an invisible timer, and doing damage decreases that timer, but you don't actually have to do, like, health damage to win the fight. So you can just rotate this idiot for the entire duration of the clock. And that is what we shall do. You do need to pay attention to this, because it's not fit. Like, he can randomly stop, or rotate faster, or do an attack. You gotta try and stay to his side at all times. Rotate a dinosaur in your mind. It is free, and sort cannot stop you. You have bad news?
The black and white buttons. Display and hide status, and display and hide the map.
Oh. What is he doing? He's not getting rotated, chat. He's fighting against the rotation. He's winning.
He's doing his best out there.
Come on, Rick. Come through for me. Where's the shot? I'm trying to rotate this fool. Ow. My health. It is poor. Why is it not ending? This should have ended like 20 seconds ago. Hello? Good grief.
Regina, over here!
I genuinely have no idea why that took so long.
Rick let you down.
He really did. That took, like, a lot longer than it should. Stop me into the door, dude. That took a lot longer than it was meant to, and I do not know why.
The chopper's history. How are we gonna get out of here?
Calm down. We'll just have to find another way.
Ma, come off it. You're never this positive.
What happened?
Elevator shot. We'll have to find another way.
Like, I know Rick doesn't spawn in if he's, like, you have the door on camera, but I was pretty far away from it. I don't think that was the problem. I don't know, confused. I don't really care. I'm going to pretend that didn't happen. I don't think the compies can actually do any damage. They'll certainly act like they can.
More of a morale thing, I think. Also, I wonder if them being orange or green changes anything.
I don't think so. As long as you, like, stay moving, they'll never actually hit you. Yeah, that document we just read was like, there's a way out through the port in the underground, since it all flashed up very briefly and in Japanese.
What do you mean? Of course. Let's get moving.
So, I think I found a way out of here.
Right on, girl.
Right on, girl. And thus we firmly enter the, like, second half of the game, as it were. We enter a relatively permanent change of locale.
We should be able to get to the underground port from here.
Where we're getting deep underground.
Then let's do it.
That's where we shall stay until the end of the game.
Our fearless leader. Fine. Let's move out.
Hey, remember that pistol I dropped on the cargo elevator? Because no weapon? It's still there. It's slightly out of camera shot right now, but I assure you it's still there. Turn around. Camera rotates. And there it is. And there it shall be during this cutscene.
What happened?
Ah, this piece of junk must have blown a fuse.
I love how this effect doesn't stop even and it lets you just pick up your gun.
Gail? Are you alright?
Pay attention.
Yeah. All right now.
Gail, it looks like there's a report nearby. There's gotta
No,
be a ship we-
I'm not taking it.
Copy.
No weapon. The rules are very clear on this.
I lost your escape.
What the? This battery's completely dead.
Battery is completely dead, he says, looking at something that is clearly destroyed. Sure, dead is one way of describing that. We get a fresh battery from a conspicuously incompleted battery puzzle. Put a pin in that, it will come up later.
Perfect. This is all we need to restore the power.
And this puzzle comes pre-completed. How very nice of them.
I'll work on the security system. You handle our escape route.
We're going to immediately follow where Rick runs off to. Rick somehow finding a way to immediately log on to computer. Just, he instinctively knows where computers are. Look, there he is, logged on immediately. Meanwhile, I'm going to do all of the real work. I'm picking up crane keycards again, as there shall be another crane puzzle. This one requires 3 cards to access rather than merely 1. Bonk. So we're going to ignore that dinosaur. It will despawn by the time we go back through the room. But only because we now have all 3 crane keycards. If you don't have all 3 crane keycards, this room is populated. If you do have all 3 of them, it isn't. The dinosaurs flee from the might of my keycards. Up, down, nope. Up, hook, left, down, release. Yes. Crane puzzle the second.
Enough why they developed this.
The card game style of operating a crane.
Yeah. Like, why?
Fun. Makes the job more interesting, you know?
I suppose that's true.
Upright hook.
Actually, I guess a better question is, how the hell did that guy die behind the behind all the crates?
He snuck in there, I don't know. Yeah, so it's like someone strategically placed the crates around it. Up, down, release straight out. There we go. Fortunately, a valid last step of this puzzle is that you don't have to put down a crate that the crane is holding. It is okay if you just leave the last one suspended in midair. This one's the last one on the way, so pick it up. And it's hanging, it resets the default, and we can just, like, leave it there. It's fine. It doesn't automatically put it back down or anything. All to get this guy's mini disc. Alright, now thus begins the very, very random portion of the run. Pretty much every hallway I trek through now is going to contain 2 of, like, these grey dinosaurs. I don't know what they're called. They're a pain. They spawn in random positions. Their attacks are very high damaging. You just kind of have to guess and hope you don't get owned. Good. So I tried to bait an attack to the right and went left. That guy's going to turn around. That gives me an opening. Getting through any hallway without taking a hit is an accomplishment at this stage. They're a total pain to deal with. Like, where are they going to spawn? I don't know. I'm going to bank right. That's my instant guess. Nope, they're over here instead. Okay, I kind of got a free ride on that one. I am not complaining. Excuse me. Regina will once again vent. Now, you need a lot of, you need good reactions to avoid getting hit, but also you need to be lucky sometimes. Like, you can get spawn positions in these rooms running back and forth, and you gotta cross these rooms, like, multiple times. So you gotta get lucky many times in a row, but also there's, like, an element of skill to it, because you do eventually, you cotton on to, like, the right course of action in more situations, but some situations are just not salvageable. It's hard to know. Like, sometimes you get hit and it's like, could I have avoided that hit, or was it just bad luck? And sometimes it's hard to tell. Sometimes it's really just not practical. Sometimes you were just unlucky, and it's okay to say that. Now, speaking of avoiding damage, we're going to run to this corner, bait this guy into following. Get hit in the butt on the way out. Well, he didn't grab me, so that's okay. Not the most practical way to do that dodge. But that guy loves to pounce on you and do the bleeding status effect, which, bad. So that it did not happen, good. I will take that. Time for the most awkward cutscene.
Gale!
Yeah, well, at least Kirk's running out of places to hide.
And then Gale walks away. Yeah, we just walk into this room to be like, Gale! And Gale just turns around and is like, yeah, and leaves. And you have to see that to progress the story. The game will not progress if you do not see him do that. Okay, is the raptor going to block me on the way out? This is also random. There's not a lot you can really do about it. Ooh, lucky! That can be very unfortunate. He can block you, and then he tail whips you, and it knocks you down, and it also back turns you when he knocks you down. It gets real grim real fast with that guy. But that was a clean, easy pass. Good, because honestly, it's like 4 a.m. my time. I'm getting very tired. I'm not in the mood for bad RNG anymore. Haha. Get juked, idiot. My patience for the bad RNG goes down as my tiredness increases. And I am very tired right now. I'm ruining my sleep schedule for this hotfix. Please appreciate that.
Thank you.
I was talking to the audience, but I'm glad you also appreciate it.
Oh, of course.
I have to deal with that guy on the way out.
Regina,
That dinosaur bursting in there is technically random. It cannot happen, but it's very rare that it doesn't, so I don't really classify that as bad RNG so much as the typical,
take a
normal.
while before I can pop this.
But it's not always. It's not always a thing. Dinosaurs like following you through rooms. It's slightly random.
I found the key to the port.
Happens more often than it doesn't.
Riding on my tail. I'm heading to the main elevator right now. I'll meet it at the ground level. Hurry!
Sounds like we're not the only ones having problems.
I'm glad you're amused. But if that guy gets eaten, we're going to have to retrieve the key from that dinosaur's stomach. You've got to save him.
Yeah, it's way past my bedtime right now. Okay, so now we're on a rush to save a guy before he gets eaten by a T-Rex, but we're actually going to waste time on purpose in a way that's somewhat counterintuitive, but actually productive. So they're in the big elevator. I'm gonna get hit by that, that's okay. That one was mostly unsalvageable. That's one of those instances where it's like, no, I don't think I had a play there. I don't think I had a play there, but that's alright. This is the wrong direction. You might think, why am I going the wrong direction? You'll see. So at least stare. No, wait, that's the wrong way. Quick, turn around, go back down. Clumsy me. What a silly way to go. Bait left, go right? Yeah, that works. That second one was a bit scary. The hitbox is quite big. I could easily have hit me in the bum. Now we're gonna go the correct direction to the main elevator. Where's the guy? Oh, goodness. Okay, well, that was... all right. Now, was that a good play, or was I just lucky? Did I just commit to the correct direction? Here's the opposite problem. Was that skill, or was it luck in the other way? I committed to the correct direction, but was it a reaction, or did I just guess? I'm not really sure myself. Because it happened really fast. Anyway, the reason we went the wrong way there is because if you go the wrong way, you get an abridged cutscene where the T-Rex has already, like, shown up and brained itself on a pipe and passed out down there. If you get here immediately, like, you go straight to the main elevator, you get a much longer cutscene of, like, the T-Rex, like, breaking in and stomping around and making a big mess and what have you. But if you go the wrong way, a couple of screens, you get a shorter cutscene. And that is faster, so that is what we do. But we needed to solve that to get back into the main elevator. So we can get the key card. From that guy who was screaming on the radio. Unfortunately, he died, to the T-Rex and all. My discarded pistol is still there. No, I'm not going to pick it up. A T-Rex isn't dead, by the way. It's just like sleeping. But you do get to run past its head a bunch, and we're going back through the hallway with these two guys. So once again, I'm gonna guess right. Dang. I guessed wrong. That was definitely just luck. I didn't see him. I didn't see that at all. All skill. Didn't even remotely see that on the corner. No chance. Ow. Two of them. Two breakthroughs. In one run. Unfortunate. That's okay. I'm maintaining the health.
Yes.
Yes. He's very pleased with himself.
that?
We would love to go to the port and escape, but the cool wave effect, the mind-boggling effect is blocking our way.
This vortex must be the side effect of the third energy experiment.
The third energy. Cyric flicks a coin into it, and... gone. Stole him.
So how are we supposed to get around this thing?
Either we find a way or we both end up as dino droppings.
Not funny. Okay, I'll pull up any relevant data on the computer. Regina, you search around for any possible clues or leads.
Regina, you search around. I'm going to go on the computer some more. Thanks, Rick. Rick is credit to team. Yeah, so we're being blocked by a space-time vortex. What are the first and second energies? That's a great question. But that's the... At any rate, we don't need to worry about that. We only need to concern ourselves with the third energy. Okay, worked that time. That big overhead attack is scary as well. That hits really hard. Good. Pulled her face next. I was like, that's definitely going to hit me. That's going to hit me ever so slightly, but it did not. I was clean. Cool. Okay, so this room actually presents a unique interaction in No Weapon. This is like a metal detector, and normally if you run through with a weapon, which you will normally have, it sets it off and you gotta do like a little mini thing to stop the alarm. But since I have genuinely no weapons on my person, I dropped the starting pistol because of the QT and I haven't reclaimed it. It never happens. It's kind of neat they even thought to like account for that situation. The idea that someone might do that. Nice. I'm gonna be honest with you, I didn't really consciously remember how to do that puzzle, so I'm glad my muscle memory remembers. I felt like a pit in my stomach halfway through doing that, being like, do I know how to do this? Thankfully, yes.
Sterilization is effective while in facility.
We are now clean. Hygienic dino hunting. I would like this very much. Additional medical item, as I am still prepared to deal with less than fortunate luck on the final runs back and forth. There's still more evading dinosaurs to go. And I still do not trust it. Like that. That would have caused bleed if it hit me. Which can bleed very bad. Means I will lose health for the rest of the game. This is the last word puzzle, and it is perhaps the funniest password of them all. The guy password locked the big lab with his own name. This is the third energy generator. This is where the magic happens. This is the time travel machine. Kind of.
Rick, I've located the main generator of the third energy.
Great. See if you can activate it.
We would like to make some third energy of our own. But first, we need to turn on the power. Alright, power turned on, log on to computer. It makes an amazing noise. Ooh, computers nowadays don't make these noises. Computers should make these fantastical whooshing noises when you boot them up. Alas, cannot log on to computer.
I'm sure you could probably find something that makes that noise.
Probably. Can you make Windows do a startup noise now? Anyway, Regina hates computer, bangs it. And Kirk has killed a guy while we were not here, but we can steal his fingerprints off of this bloody print on the wall. So we're going to do that. There are actually two ways to get Dr. Kurt's fingerprints. You can get them off him directly at a later point, but it's more efficient to grab them off his bloody fingerprint on the wall. But it's nice that there's like two ways to solve that particular conundrum. We need his fingerprints for later. And this one is the especially long cutscene. This one's like about 3 minutes unbroken. How you doing, Igdices?
Open your eyes.
Chilling, having a good time.
See,
you're waking up. I am getting ready to go to bed.
Well, actually, I ended up waking up early today. So I'm good, but I'm debating on eating a sandwich I have saved. Oh, you know what? I get to complain about this now. I ordered delivery, right?
Report here immediately.
No, where this is going.
Every time, by the way.
I know where this is going.
Every time.
Hit it, man.
Posted it in Discord, but I ordered Uber Eats, and I wanted the delicious Jersey Mike sandwich. It's like a submarine sandwich for those who aren't American. It's like, it's tasty, right?
3 years ago.
I got a couple of sandwiches, I got a drink, some chips. And that's my order. The order comes to my house. And it's just a bag of chicken.
The space was not transferred. It was
like straight up a bag of chicken. I opened it up and there's like a bowl in there. It's all chicken from like it's like a place that has like pita bread and like chicken. There's no bread. It's just chicken.
This has happened to you more than once.
What?
Yeah, I don't have luck when it comes to ordering
Part
things.
that I love about this story is that this is a thing that's happened to you more than once. You've ordered a sandwich and gotten a bag of chicken.
We're occupying the space.
Yeah, there's a lot of fun stories. I once ordered a sandwich and they only gave me bread. I ordered a milkshake once and it was just straight whipped cream. I ordered fries once and they just stole them. Like the guy opened the thing and stole the fries and only the fries.
Oh.
Numbers are quite irrelevant.
And I had to reorder, but I got the sandwich for like.
For ordinary men.
I got free chicken, I guess. That's the thing. They're part of me, so I got free chicken.
If you combine the bread only with the chicken, you can make many chicken sandwiches.
I don't have that bread anymore. That was years ago when I ate it.
Enough. Only one thing matters at this point. Your grand invention is blocking our escape.
I'm sure it's very frustrating, but I love your misfortunes with this. It makes me laugh.
It's funny. Like, honestly, I don't mind because usually I get food for later, so it's not the end of the world for me just to wait for the next order if I get a refund, but it happens a lot. They're all different restaurants. That's the thing. They're all different. They're never the same place.
But there is one.
You just have terrible luck with Uber Eats.
If you cannot stop the generator's third.
Yeah, my brother has better luck. He normally gets like extra things he didn't order for free. Like he gets his order, but then he gets like extra stuff.
Then we'll just make sure to be.
Yeah, I want that. I would like that problem. That's a good problem to have.
That's not the life you lead, Igdices.
No, I get like I order a sandwich and like
bread.
they give me a bag of chicken.
Stabilizer, right?
Where are they?
When life gives you bread, Ignitus, make sandwiches. But with no chicken.
What?
She didn't get that.
Well, actually, no, the thing with the bread, I just ate that bread straight up.
You just ate the bread?
Well, I was hungry that day. I ordered it, like, I think it was in the middle of a stream. They gave me, like, a sourdough sandwich. I was like, I'm going to save that for later, because I'm going to feel good about it. I opened it up, just 2 pieces of bread. And, like, they were buttered.
Oh, good, that makes it all better then. They were buttered.
I'll say as well, you know, working with GDQ was nice.
Okay.
There's one time though when that happened that I got messaged, and they were like, I was worried. I was like, oh, I hope I didn't do anything wrong. And they just asked, how did that happen? How did that order happen? Like they were so surprised that I had that much bad luck.
That whole floor is crawling with dinosaurs, including that T-Rex. Let's get this situation under control before charging off. Here, take this. The disk contains the draft plans for the initializer and stabilizer. I stumbled over them while searching through the database. Fortunately, the room where the parts are stored is not far from here. We should gather up the parts and assemble the devices.
So yeah, that's pretty much my day.
Regina doesn't have the technical knowledge.
It's a whole day so far, getting incorrect order.
Right parts are there.
Yeah.
We'd be better off simply trying to hunt down the completed devices.
It's too dangerous down there.
Right, what's happening in the game right now is we're figuring out a way to activate the third energy generator so that we can overload the system and get rid of the vortex blocking our way to the port.
Okay.
And our choices are find the completed versions in like a warehouse, which is past all the dinosaurs I ran past, I'm going to run past them again. Or Rick's version, which is complete a puzzle. And the puzzle is too long-winded, so we are not going to do that. But it does mean I have to trek the entire, like, pretty much the entire facility back to the starting point again. Which means running past all of the horrible dinosaurs that will hit me. Excuse you. Oh lord, he coming. Get me out of here. And because we stole Dr. Kirk's footprint, not footprint, fingerprint, the other thing. That one, there we go. Because we stole his fingerprint, we can press the wrong number. Let's try that again. There we go. We can rewire our ID card to be his ID card, which means we now have full access to all the doors. This is like the end game we're getting to now. We now have access to all the doors because we got the master key, which is Kirk's ID card. Please don't block me. Thank you. I'm very glad I'm getting good luck with that guy. He can be a vicious one. And where are these guys at? I don't even know, man. I don't know about that one. That was a mess. And this one? Whew. That was reactions. I'm taking credit for that one. Nod of approval. Good dodges. Yes, I've only got one more medkit as well, so I'd rather not have to use it. Like, if I need to, I've got it. But I don't want to. Probably will, though. Because there are still a few more dodges to go. Like in this room, where you can't even really see where the dinosaurs are, except when one spawns in your face. Odd, but it worked. There can be one in this room, but he can also spawn, like, extremely far away from you, or he can spawn right in your face. And I'm getting away with it. there's a good chance you don't even see that guy, because he can spawn, like, completely off camera. We've made it to the parts warehouse where the initializer and stabilizer are kept. They are mine. I always feel like in a video game they'd keep like the 2 key items in a different place as an excuse to make you go to like 2 different areas, but they're kept together. It would make sense to keep both of them together. It's just kind of weird when a video game actually prioritizes like a sensible layout over being more gamey, you know? Aren't video games crazy? Yeah, see, this time he spawned off camera. He's over there. He's somewhere else. I don't gotta worry about him. It's no problem. And where are the guys? Where are they? Spawning right in my face, as per usual. Cool. You know, I would describe these spawn positions as, like, kind of scary, because they keep appearing right in my face as soon as the room loads, but I haven't actually been hit by any of them. So is it really bad? It's only a bad spawn if it hits you. Please don't spawn right in my face. It spawned right in my face again! And it worked! On some level, I, like, believed it was gonna spawn in my face again. And I was right. I was right to believe that. Get in the elevator. I'm in. Well, the spawns were all quite challenging, but somehow it more or less worked out, so I'm satisfied with that. I'm satisfied with that. I have had things go much, much worse. Because I imagine a worst case scenario where, like, every time you take a trip through that room, you get battered around, like, 2 or 3 times, you die very quickly. Dino Crisis can be very, very mean. Like, I think I'm making this run look pretty stable, but it's a run with a high potential for things to go very south very quickly if you're unlucky. But that has not happened.
I think the big problem with Dino Crisis, just as not that's a problem with the run or anything, but one of the hard parts is just if you take the wrong hit, you're bleeding the whole time.
Yeah.
Like, every enemy having effective poison's kind of rough.
It really annoys me. I hate it. You start the game with 1 bleed recovery, but only 1. And every enemy in the game can, like, do it if they feel like it.
Also, all the one-shots are pretty rough.
Yeah, that's also a thing. It's a pretty volatile run. I'm just enjoying the dulcet sounds of the machinery myself. Someone in the chat has
Honestly, it's
correctly
kinda nice.
identified that they're all from, like, Doom. Doom in this game used the same stock sound effect library. I mean, a lot of games
lot
did
of
at the time.
shared, like audio, everything, like
Yeah.
music. I know a lot of horror games. You'll find RE2 sound effects everywhere.
Everyone was using the same sample CDs back in those days.
Yeah, I know it's entirely unrelated to this, kind of, but like the whole meme that happened maybe a couple of months ago about the Piglet thing.
Oh yeah, the Piglet game.
Yeah, that happened because some of the music in the Piglet game used the same samples as Silent Hill 2.
Huh.
And then people realized apparently the design philosophy was similar to Luigi's Mansion. So then everyone kind of just jumped on board with it. And then the price went up like hell.
God. It really did. I find it kind of funny that that meme started because I actually played through the Piglet game like a couple of months before the meme started for completely different reasons.
Okay, Regina. Adjust the power
Yeah.
to max.
And I was like, oh,
that's
like now
why it
everyone's looking
started.
at
Just
this.
remember, there's no turning back once it overloads.
Then we won't look back.
And also Silent 2 being as like trendy as it was at the time as well, it
That's
definitely
true.
helped people go like, oh, Piglet, okay.
Generator has surpassed safety parameters. Third energy overload in progress.
You know, I do wonder if the price of that game went down.
Evacuate immediately.
I think it's normalized by now.
Hopefully.
Maybe? I haven't checked.
I'll check here.
I can keep tabs on the price of Piglet's big game.
No, it is still like $50 minimum.
That's like less than it was.
That's
It like,
the cheapest.
it
Most are
spiked to
70.
triple-digit numbers.
I do not want to pay over like $20 for the Piglet game.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Saving me.
Like I said, I played it. It's not. It's a game made for like 3-year-olds. You know. all the Twitter memes about it being like Silent Hill for kids does not stop it from being a game made for 3-year-olds.
You know, I do kind of wonder if there's ever going to be like a moment in like 15 years or some random game is going to just blow up out of nowhere. It happens pretty often, or some random game just jumps up in price because of memes.
Yeah,
Okay.
it happens all the time in all kinds of markets.
Kirk, hurry.
All it takes is like one popular video.
I'm
games
hoping it
triple
happens
in
to Duke
price.
Nukem Forever.
With transmitter.
I don't see that happening.
I hope it does.
Well, I wonder why you want that to happen. What reason could you possibly what reason could you possibly have for that?
Yeah.
Would you like to share with the class how many copies of Duke Nukem Forever you have in your possession?
I think it's 30 at this point.
Why do you have so many?
My buddy keeps gifting me them. I gave him
Where
like
do you
5
keep
Duke
all of them?
statues
What
too.
happened to him?
They're in a giant stack behind my computer.
Behind the computer,
I'm gonna kill
where
you.
I have
everyone
a
keeps
weird
their
desk
copies
setup.
of Duke Nukem Forever.
I think that was like my most liked tweet ever too.
You live a charmed life, don't you?
This is it.
It's fun
All
stuff.
that's left is our escape. Let's go.
Wait, what about Kirk?
What about him? It's a miracle we're still alive at this point. Forget about him.
Don't forget the mission. You're not here
Don't
to
forget the
babysit.
mission.
Sorry.
I still don't have
but
sunglasses.
I have a conscience. I'm taking you back.
That also like
now.
messes up my hair every time. My beautiful hair.
No,
It ruins it.
you two get going. I'm going after Kirk.
What? You're insane! Don't you remember our situation? The third energy can't.
This final choice point determines which ending you get, and this is the one time we're actually going to side with Rick over Gale because Rick is like, Rick just wants to leave this time.
Hey, do something!
Rick's like, no, let's leave. And you know what? I agree with that, Rick.
Gale!
So I'm gonna punch a bleeding man in the stomach. Bonk.
Thanks. that G.I. Joe.
How hard did Regina, like, punch him?
Punched him hard enough to, like, knock him out, seemingly. Don't forget the mission. No, we're forgetting the mission. We ain't finding Kirk. Forget about that guy. He's gone.
Okay, let's get out of here.
We can't. At least not yet. It needs fuel and some repairs before it'll move.
I'll take care of the fuel then.
It looks like this thing's powered by some type of nuclear energy. Here, put the fuel in this.
And that was getting the fuel. It's right outside. Just one bit of extra back and forthing there.
Good enough?
And the T-Rex is stomping around again. Every ending path has like its own final boss. Besides this also being the fastest ending just in general, it's very convenient for no weapon because as the final boss, it can be won without like shooting the gun, which you need for no weapon. And also Rick was like, take this, and we did not in fact take this, whatever it was. I forget what's even in the case he tries to throw at you. It's probably a weapon, which means we can't have it.
Intruder detected at port. Lockdown in progress.
Alright, final chase. Having a weapon does kind of help with this because normally the way this works is that as it approaches, you shoot it to like delay its approach as you run away. But in no weapon, you can get away without using a weapon as long as your line is good and you like stick to the inside line. And time will be coming up shortly. Time. That is time. That is GG. There is normally an ending FMV cutscene there, but because I'm playing the PC version, they are turned off. The PC port lets you do that, and you want to turn them off because they're not skippable if you don't. Makes the run even more cutscene.
Status unknown.
Yep. That was Dino Crisis. That was Dino Crisis. That was pretty good, if you ask me. I think that's the best run I've done since I de-rusted the game for this hotfix.
So we can also wait and see the IGT, because that should be popping up in a moment here.
Yeah. These runs are timed using the in-game timer, which removes, like, door loads from the picture.
Status alive.
Rick is currently analyzing the data that was recovered from Ibis Island.
If you enjoyed the run,
Regina.
thank you for enjoying the run. Check me out at Twitch TV/Punchy. I'm doing my, like, promotion stuff now, because this is going to go for a bit. I'm tired, I'm sorry, it's not coming naturally. Dude, it's 4:20, nice! Sorry, I looked at the clock. It's late, it's way past my bedtime, I'm like slightly delirious.
We lost contact with Cooper at the beginning of the mission, and have not heard from him since then.
Mission complete.
What's the time? Game mode, normal. Continue, 0, no deaths. Gaming clear time, 1:18:36, that's not bad. Save 0. That's not bad. I'm happy with that one, Hotfix. Clean underestimate.
Yeah, thank you for that run there. Once again, Before we go, where can they find you? I know we did the thing, but why not do it again?
Let's try it again, but this time slightly less delirious. You can find me at twitch.tv/punchy. If you enjoyed the run, check me out there. I'm always doing survival horror speedruns and stuff. Thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed it.
Alrighty, thank you for that run of Dino Crisis. It is always a fun time. If you want to try out more horror games and sometimes, I guess fun games, rhythm games, I don't know. You can check out Punchy at a variety of places. Twitch, YouTube, it has all the stuff there. Anyway, we do have one more run for you coming up. Before we do that, let me just get to some announcements. We do have a GDQ official Discord with a Hotfix role where you can keep tabs on all upcoming events, talk with staff, and more. You can use !Discord in Twitch chat for more information. As well, if you do miss out on any of our Hotfix shows or events like Back to Black or the English podcast of Speedruns 5, be sure to check out the VODs on youtube.com. All right, everyone, welcome back from the break. Hope you all been enjoying Speedruns from the Crypt so far. We do have one more run for you. We can make this one pretty quick into this, but we had the fun action of no weapons and dinosaurs, and this time we do have weapons. We're going to be diving into another fun horror game of 1999. It is a sequel to one of my favorite horror games, and it does have its fans, and it's a pretty interesting horror game with some unique mechanics that you don't get to see quite a lot with the, I guess, magical powers is a better way of explaining it. Anyway, we're going to be going to Parasite Eve 2 with Carcinogen SDA. Take it away.
Hey everyone, how's it going? So, today I have for you Parasite Eve any %. Parasite Eve came out on the PS1 in, let's see, it was around the year 2000 in the United States. The director of this game is Kenichi Iwao, who was the scenario writer for the original Resident Evil. So, this game, funny enough, it's like the original game is like an RPG with survival horror elements, but this is a survival horror with RPG elements. And you know, it's got a lot of that Resident Evil DNA in there. There's a lot of I think there's a few ex-Capcom staff working on this game. But in any case, let's go ahead and get started on it, shall we? 3. Are we good to go? Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. All right. So to start, Miss Center, Los Angeles. Got a lot of cutscenes to skip. I'm playing on a PS2 Slim SCPH 90K. Which is generally the if you're hang on one second, so we gotta go to option, standard, run there. Okay, so if you're if you're speedrunning PlayStation games, this is probably the console that you generally want to work with. I think there's it's generally going to load a lot of games very quickly. Not every PlayStation. Like the SCPH 90K isn't going to load every game the fastest. Some PlayStation models will load games faster than others, but or you could just play on emulator and it's like whatever. That's it's not my problem. I'm not your dad. Anyway, running this on standard disk speed because this game is a little jittery at times, shall we say. It's a little squirrely as far as the programming goes, the loads go. It's sorted history with how well the game runs on different emulators, different hardware, but whatever. It's all a bunch of nerd stuff. That's all boring to you. That's all. It's whatever. So we're going to the Acropolis for twinge left. Okay, so after 4 steps, we twinge left in order to decrease the amount of time that Aya is walking towards the police officer in this scene. And after we mash, we're going to buff her up left, straighten out, straight forward. I'd go as far as to say that this game probably has the best graphics on PS1. Although Vagrant Story is probably better. I don't know. I need to play Vagrant Story. From what I saw of Vagrant Story, it could be better. All right. As soon as freeze. When you see these notice obtained windows here, they actually like linger for about like 5 seconds, and you can't really do anything to mash past them. So I'm just gonna let them be. You got to learn how to skip a lot of text. You know, this is where I'm saying survival horror with RPG elements. You know what I mean? It's a survival horror with RPG elements because you got to skip text. Okay, forward right. That's the quickest way to activate that cutscene trigger there. And then we're going to twinge left a little bit so that we hard left hit this ramp and then straighten out and then go in. Then once the door is done fading in here, we're going to up left, skip, and there's a cutscene. The lady at the table transforms into this. Giant stranger. So pyrokinesis, zap, pyrokinesis, bad RNG there. Normally that last hit is supposed to do like 75 damage. Mash. Take that. You got to alternate between square and circle to dodge a lot of, skip a lot of text. And over here, we're just going to hit start. Yeah, you know, I've been speedrunning since 2006. And one thing that I absolutely hate, like absolutely freaking loathe, is live split. I hate hitting splits. I just want to concentrate on the run, man. I'm so glad I don't have to do that tonight.
Honestly, it's quite nice. Like, after running so many games, it's always fun to have the ones that don't have the need to hit every split.
Yeah. Well, for me, on the other hand, it's all about I have a very, very bad attention span. It's like between trying to concentrate on the game, between trying to concentrate on when to split, between trying to concentrate on all the minutia and, like streaming, Twitch chat, making sure everything works. Live split, missing splits is just another thing for me to this is another thing to grate on my head. So, you know what? I'm glad. Don't got to deal with that. Okay, so in these little point and click sequences here, you can use the left analog stick in order to scroll faster, or the D-pad to scroll slower, whichever you want. Slower is more precise, faster is, faster. But, you're going to overshoot your cursor position a lot. I got hit by those rats. That's pretty common. The best possible outcome for that screen back there is actually for you to not get into a battle at all. You save like 3 seconds by doing so. We're going to skip a battle over here by hugging this wall, and then that's like the absolute safest way to do that. Probably save like about a second on that skip, but I was just playing it safe because I didn't want to get into a battle here. You want to lose as little BP as possible. Like you can see every battle result, I'm losing BP. I can only get into 3 unnecessary battles max. Those rats that while you can skip the fight with those rats, I consider that an acceptable loss. So it's like so it's like that's not worth resetting over. But the reason why we need as much BP as we do, I need like about 1,400 BP. Okay, don't get into a fight here. Good. But 3 fights, and you do not have the requisite BP in order to be able to get 20 grenades by the time we reach the burner boss fight. And this over here, all these mutant koi over here are just going to hit us like up to 3 times. I've heard tell that you can actually like only get hit once, but I need to kind of confirm that. This strategy, we're coming up to the first boss fight here with Golem number 9, and number 9's attack pattern is pretty random. So I just opt for the strat that just allows me to guarantee beating him. 5, 6, 7 turn. And then here he is. And then we open with Pyrokinesis, Cal, zap him with a quick 3-shot burst from the M93R. Then we're going to go target the wire over here and then target number 9. Pow, tap, tap, tap. He's going to fire a grenade. Is he going to fire a grenade? Yes, he is. Okay. Is he going to dash at us? Yep, there he is. Okay, so I shot that a little early. I was actually going to wait that out a little bit, but I think I got a little too anxious on that one. Okay, zap, zap. I'm just going to keep shooting. Okay, he's going to rush in, I think. Yep. Wait for him to slash. There. Oh. Did he slash the cable? He can do that? I don't know about that. Okay, so now we got to wait for him to come back. And then I'm just going to reload again and just keep shooting. Step forward a little bit to avoid that grenade. Okay, he's going to rush in. Does that tell? Oh, uh-oh. Okay, good. Yeah, there it is. Okay. I was afraid he wasn't going to run into the cable for a sec. Okay, and if we angle ourselves to the right a little bit, we can get a double hit with the pyro. And I got enough. Okay, now he's going to try to do his instant kill right here, but no, that's done. Okay, that's good. He didn't do his slow clang maneuver. He rushed at me every time, so that's actually pretty good for the strat that I use anyway. I mean, there's strats to make him rush every time, but I generally don't I'm not using that for this run because if 2, 3, sorry, 1 sec, UpX start. So I don't use like the actual full-on like world record strats or like, you know, serious PB strats for this run because you have to nail him with all of those cables. And if you miss the cables, then you don't deal enough damage and the run is over basically. You're dead. Game over. That's it. Also, we have a code limit in chat. My limit is in chat. Anyway, we're just gonna mash. Okay, now we're in a dry field, Mojave Desert. Old number 9 blew up the Acropolis Tower with all the ANMCs in it. Okay, so this fight here is a forced encounter. We gotta. Oh, yep, he's just gonna hit the wall because he's just a cheeseburger with 4 legs. So I forgot to mash the correct way there. So for areas where there's a bunch of text boxes, like coming up here in a sec, like this, you have to alternate between square and circle. You can do, or sorry, circle and X. You can do X and square, but if you do that, then Aya will accidentally raise her gun. Dead zones. You saw that I accidentally like twinged the stick in a way that it wasn't supposed to be, but that's because the dead zone on the analog controls in this game, there is no dead zone. There literally is no dead zone. So if the stick, if you let the stick snap to its neutral position, then what's going to happen is it's going to register the input in the opposite direction for a couple of frames. And that's exactly enough for you to not really have a whole lot of precision with the analog stick as far as like selecting things. Yeah, so we got that. Skip that. You got the motel key number 6. And now we're going to go to the motel room. We're about to go fight 8 chasers. So you can get through most of the dry field section with just the M93R and Pyrokinesis. There's another battle here that we can skip by taking this line. Like you would think that, oh, well, why don't you just go to the gate? Well, if I go directly to the gate, then a bunch of scorpions will pop up out of the sand, and then I will get into another fight and lose 10 BP. This encounter over here is a forced encounter. Can't dodge it no matter what. So far, the only encounters I've had are the acceptable losses. So Nothing to worry about. Hard right over here. Hard left it. Well, that line's a little difficult. Skip that. And go down. No, you're breathtaking, Strider Hero 1. Anyway. We go over here and try to get in between these guys. Okay, he's going to tackle me. And by hitting them point blank with Pyro, you can actually cross up and hit an enemy behind you. So I was able to hit them both, knock them both down, and then go for critical hits with the handgun. If you knock down the chasers, that's what these guys are, they're called chasers. If you knock them down, you can get critical hits. I'm going to turn diagonally and hard left. Dang it. Okay, I got hit. I got knocked over. That's not good. Okay, and then, come on. Yes. Okay, that's what you're supposed to do. So now we're going to go over here and hit this guy. Pyro, hit them both. And then this guy. I'm going to reload and wait for his friend. Hit them both. And then one more time. Oh, well, he's just dead. He's just hamburger. Okay. Oh, that was really good, actually. Take that recovery 2 and climb. Go forward, and then skip, and then hard right, and then we got to turn left. Raise lever, and then climb. Man, I'm not even going to ask. I'm not even going to ask what time that was when I climbed the ladder the first time. But that was really good, actually. I'm probably ahead of my PB right now. Then hard left. Go down. Yeah, this is another acceptable loss over here. We just got to squeeze in between these guys and then go directly for this door. We're gonna run into. I think this is our first encounter with the mind sucklers. Is in this room. You know, just get a face full of mind suckler. And this we got to alternate between X and circle in order to get the optimal text skip over here and there. Yeah, out of here. Yep. And we gotta take a specific line so that we don't wake the scorpions. There we go. Okay. It's actually fine to just take like the absolute straightest line you can take to that gate from the seams of it, and the scorpions won't wake up. All right, we gotta get good RNG here over like 72 damage at least. Yep, good. Got a knockdown. Bam. Okay, that was good. That was solid. I'm gonna take this plastic bottle, which has MP boost 1. As a backup strat for the Blizzard Chaser later. Item, we're going to use the magnet. Oh, this is the first time I've ever gotten it that way. That was kind of awkward. And then this way, and door. These guys over here, so we do fight mind sucklers in this garage over here. You might be wondering, doggo. This is actually more like a coyote than a dog when you look at his front legs. You know, you can see like his front legs are like, I don't know, they didn't really animate Flip very well. Okay, that's a cutscene we skip. And then there, and then yeah, tell me about the shelter, skip cutscene, and get out of here. Skip. Left. There's another acceptable loss coming up. When I say acceptable loss, it's just, you know, a battle you get into and then a battle you leave. I actually kind of wonder if it's possible to... Sometimes I wonder if it's possible to be able to skip this encounter without getting into a battle here. I feel like I've done it once. Or I've seen it done once. Okay, square. Okay, here. There. Yeah, that... Not good, not bad. I was actually kind of hoping to get all 3 of them with 1 pyro, but it's kind of tough to... It's kind of tough to set that up. And then over here, we're gonna... and then that. Yep. Lower the rope, climb down. Wrench comes later, don't worry. We are not going to miss the wrench. Not happening. Missing the wrench is beyond me now. So there is a way to dodge this guy. I mean, what you're supposed to do is you're just supposed to take the hit and run, but I'm just going to show you a quick trick. Hold up and right, spin around in a circle, he swings and misses. So if you're low on health, that's what you want to do. Because sometimes you're just going to be low on health. There's not a damn thing you can do. Okay, so now we're up here and we're yep. Okay, so there's these guys. These are sucklers. Okay, and we're gonna. Oh, I almost got the 3rd one, but he was being a little squirrely there. Okay, didn't get hit there. That's pretty good. We want to get the drop over here. So this is one of the encounters where we actually. This is an optional encounter, but we do want to kill these guys because if we do not, then we're just going to keep going through this room multiple times and losing a ton of BP. We want to hit that door that I just went through as far left as possible so that we don't wake up the chaser on the ground over there, and then we're going to check the corner of the dresser over here because there's bolts on it. We're going to get into a battle here. This is an acceptable loss because you have no choice but to get into this battle as soon as the screen fades in. So yeah, lose another 10 BP, but it's okay. I actually don't know what the correct line to take is through here, so I just kind of run this way. Hard right, and then we have a straight shot to old Douglas's place. But by beating the Mind Sucklers, yeah, we mitigate. 1, we mitigate BP loss. 2, we get BP. And 3, we get flares, which we use on another encounter that is similar to the Mind Suckler, or to the Suckler fight that we just did against some bats later. That saves us a further 30 BP. You know, it's like one of the 2 fights that you fight. Like one of the few fights that you fight where, you know, you're going through a room multiple times and the enemies are just so quick and easy to kill that it's just easy. Okay, turn right and then left. Okay, that was perfect. We're able to talk to Douglas without triggering the camera angle over here. That was optimal movement. I gotta remember to do safety saves because I've been running this game the same way for the last like few days. Oh wait, no, I just said that missing the wrench is beyond me now. There we go. We gotta get this wrench, okay? We had to go all the way back here just to get the stupid wrench. And then there, and then there, and then... Yeah, that's right. Today I'm a turkey. Would you mind poos into this game over the dog? Well, I mean, that would be a big poos. I mean, it's fine. I'm perfectly fine with there being... You know, Flint's a good boy. We love Flint. All right, over here we're gonna hard left. All right, now's our first like real menu of the game. Okay, so Parasite Energy, level up Pyrokinesis, and then use. We want to exchange the GPS with the small box, which contains a flare in it, and I'm going to go ahead and use the tablet just in case something really bad happens, which it probably will not, because this fight is really easy. We just have to hit him in the back, and only hit him in the back, okay? So here we go. Gotcha. Gotcha. He's gonna... Oh, that's... Okay. That's unfortunate. Okay. That's good. Pow. Pow. He's gonna do it again. Oh, uh-oh. Oh, that's bad. I think I have enough ammo for this. Uh-oh. Please grab me. Oh, no. Oh, man. Okay. This is not good. Okay, there. Okay, that should end the fight. No? Why didn't it end the fight? Okay, there. That's it. No? He's got too much HP, doesn't he? There. Okay. Well, all right.
It worked out.
Well, yeah. I mean, I almost lost the run royally. But I guess if there is literally no damage potential, then eventually the fight ends. So, whatever. We did it. We did something. All right, so if we run this the right way, then we might be able to avoid getting into encounter. Nope. Okay. Like that scorpion in the center there, like he'll probably aggro onto you, but this is an acceptable loss.
Also, we have a question from chat.
Yes.
What's on the TV behind you?
This appears to be an advertisement for Super Mario 64 from the looks of it. I mean, I just keep a Raspberry Pi running behind me with a bunch of video game commercials.
Oh.
Mostly Nintendo and PlayStation. Okay.
Do you have that like weird Got Milk commercial of Mario from the 90s?
No. I okay, hang on. I gotta angle this up here. Okay. That. Oh, all right. Yeah. Like, it looks like Kyle got a bunch of crits off, so we were able to end this fight a little quicker than I expected. All right, that's fine. Yeah, the weird Mario Got Milk commercial from the 90s. God, I wish I had that. I don't
remember it entirely, but I started seeing it as a kid.
Yeah.
Like he's jumping up a wall the entire time. He can't make it. At some point, the kids leave the room.
Yeah,
and then Mario steals their milk or something.
Come on, Mario, jump!
Yeah. It was mentioned behind you, like, it's been Mario playing.
I used to see that commercial every day when I was a kid.
Exactly.
When Nintendo 64 first came out. Okay, so this is normally where we would use that flare that we used on number 9. So instead we got to use bullets here, and it's okay that we're using bullets here because we have bullets. We got bullets from the car. So we're not losing any BP. That was such a weird number 9 fight, and I really should have saved before that. I am full of regret. No, I am not regret. Do I have a favorite Nintendo 64 game? I think my favorite Nintendo 64 game is probably Goemon's Great Adventure. Goemon's Great Adventure is great. It's a little known Konami game series called well, it's known in the West as like Mystical Ninja. there was a game on the Nintendo 64 called Mystical Ninja starring Goemon. Yeah, let's see. Oh, we already... Okay, there. Okay. I initiated an extra text box because I was like busy running my yap. Yeah, so Goemon's Great Adventure is part of the Mystical Ninja series. You know, it's like a 2D platformer. Great co-op game. Used to play it with my best friend growing up all the time. But it's like a sort of like alternate history sort of take on like the thief Ishikawa Goemon. He's got like blue hair and he like beats people down with a pipe, and it's pretty funny. And they're all like chibi and stuff. It's fun. It is a fun video game. But yeah, you've probably seen Mystical Ninja on the SNES. And then there's Mystical Ninja starring Goemon on the Nintendo 64. So this fight is another acceptable loss. We gotta cut. This is we can actually cut diagonal over here. We got the key from Douglas, and we can go to the to this over here. Yep. Examine 3033, and then total. And take the key, and now we're gonna go upstairs. We got a lot of bullets too. And his super giant robot friend, Impacto. Breakdown! Warui yatsura o buchi kowase! Hisatsu genkai power da hyakuretsu panchi! Yeah, they don't have that in US version of like Goemon's Great Adventure, but they got it in Mystical Ninja though. All right. And left. And then we're going to snake past this guy. Might get hit. Ooh, almost. Yeah, it's squirrely, these guys. Might have seen a task of that game. Yeah, I've seen a task of it. It's got like a lot of a lot of death abuse. There's like a lot of really interesting death warps because it's like in a co-op game. Yeah, you can take advantage of like one character can die and the other one just like levitates up to, I don't know, just like levitates really high up, and you're able to skip like large swaths of like the game's dungeons that way. If we cut hard right, we can avoid getting the attention of the chaser over here. And then there's gonna be this. We're gonna hit him with pyro, and then pyro again, and left. Yep. Tap. Oh, we're out of MP. So we have to shoot him now, which is what we want. I can trigger that. I can trigger this a little further to the left, but it's all right. Okay, there. Now we got gas. Our mission was to get gas to bring it to Douglas so that he can fix his truck, and then we can take it to the shelter. Because we've been talking about a shelter for a while, and we keep getting interrupted by monsters, and, you know, so now Aya and Kyle are about to be on their way to the shelter and figure out where the hell all these ANMCs, or artificial neo-mitochondrian creatures, are coming from. So, like, yeah, these monsters, they're all artificial. They're all basically humans. Okay, so got enough, and then now we got enough BP. That's good. Grenade pistol, and then ammunition. Okay, we didn't miss a single encounter going up here. We got 20 grenades. That's exactly what we need. And a hard left, and now we're gonna take the back way in order to get to the hotel room. Basically, gotta go take a nap. As soon as we hear the groan, there, hard left. Like, basically, as soon as the chaser growls, we take a hard left, and we're able to avoid that hit that way. Otherwise, we just hold up the whole time, and then twinge left whenever you hear the drop. Yep. Okay. So here's where I'm going to make a safety save. Let's see here. First, equip grenade pistol, grenade. We'll put it there, and then I'm also going to put the plastic bottle and recovery. Do I have any other recoveries? Yes, I do. Move. And parasite energy. We want necrosis and energy shot. And now I'm going to make a safety save right here because this boss... Hiya, girlfriend. And... got a block. Good. Any day now. Thank you. All right. And it's nap time. So we're going to skip this shower scene here. You know, too hot for Twitch. We're coming up on the next boss fight, which is Burner. We're going to hold upright, trigger this camera angle over here. What move is he going to do? Okay, he's going to do his big slam. That's good. We want that. We're going to use 2 energy shots, stack it twice, and hit him with necrosis. Okay, that's fine. Necrosis procs 4 times before we have to use it again. 2. Got hit him between reloads. Three. Got a delay. Hit him again now. Good RNG so far. Okay, second phase, very good. Reload here, let him hit me. Okay, recovery. And now he's gonna yell at us and, no you don't. 2. Cheeky. Occasionally before the necrosis procs, I can hit you. Gotta delay that so that we actually score a stun there. Excellent. Okay, that was actually really smooth. So now he's gonna slam into that, and we can't go back to the hotel room. We gotta run up and left. Ugly looking elephant there? I don't know, it's a dead looking elephant to me. We got to take both of these items here. One of those is air burst grenades, which we need for the next boss coming up. And we got a protein capsule, which we can use in the menu during our next requisite menu in order to be able to heal ourselves up to max, give us an extra 5 HP. Hard up, hard right. Oh, oops. Skip that a little early. Take that, and yeah. Ek, have you run this game before? I think Ek might have gone AFK temporarily. Oh well, it's okay.
I have not, no. Oh, sorry, I was eating my sandwich.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's fine, No, you do these like these marathon hosting things. You're gonna do okay. Hold back, dodge that. You gotta do what you gotta do to keep yourself in the game, man.
Yeah, the main drawback for me running this game is really enough. Both games have this in common today. Lab settings.
Lab settings?
Something about them, I can just never put my head like 2 and 2. They all look the same, and I'm like, I don't know where I'm going.
Oh.
Yeah, the third hub in this game.
Huh.
Yeah. Like, a lot of games do that to me, like Signalis does that to me. Dino Crisis does it a little bit. Just something with labs just doesn't click for me.
Yeah, well. Yeah, no, that's fair, I guess.
Although I do like the final boss strat if it's what I remember it being.
Yeah, so I'm gonna make a quick detour over here to get to the save point because there's actually a pretty bad instant death situation that can happen. I almost got killed by those guys already. There's... Go and skip that. We can get an M950 from Douglas over here, but it's kind of useless. I'll go ahead and use this capsule. Yeah, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and do the menuing here. P. Can I strengthen this? Yeah. Can I? Oh, not yet. It's fine. Next menu. Next menu. For now, though, do my next safety save here. We're about to change discs over here. That's my scavenger mode save. I haven't beaten Nightmare mode in this game yet, but I want to. I want to really badly because Nightmare mode looks like a lot of fun to me. That's kind of my thing, is I like to beat the hardest difficulties in a lot of survival horror games without taking any damage. It's like a fun puzzle to me. Okay, so we gotta switch discs here in a sec. Yes. And then skip-a-rooney. I'm gonna open my disc case with this hand and get ready to there. Can you rub your head and pat your stomach? Then you can switch discs in a speed run. All right, so we're gonna turn up and left actually to get this, and then I'll over here. Oh, actually, I want to just. That was my air burst. I'm gonna take a mulligan on this one. Wait, no, wrong save. Okay, there. That's the one I want. Yeah, I put in the wrong grenade too early. What was I thinking? What was I thinking I'd be able to do this menu any earlier? No, Carsey. That's correct. Regular grenades. But it's okay because the last bit of Disc 2 event data is actually, or Disc 1 event data is loaded onto Disc 2. So, you know, it's nice of them to do that. Real nice of them to do that. Oh, oops. I actually don't know when the cutoff point, like where Disc 1 ends and Disc 2 begins, but either way. Let's try this again. So this is, man, it's a good thing I made that save there. Crap. Hold up and right. Okay, there. So we're gonna pop this first one. And normally he's supposed to like, you know, blow up into a million pieces. We're supposed to score a crit, but not today. And 1. And 2. And 3. Uh-oh. You know what? I'm just going to freestyle it. Oh, man. Wait. Is that it? I think think that's it. Oh, nope, nope. There's another. 2 more, actually. Ooh. Okay. Yeah, go for it, dude. Come on. Bye-bye. I think that was the last one. That one was a little less than graceful, but, you know. We're going to take this, use this, discard the rest, because those 9mm bullets, those are 9mm Hydras. We don't need them, and we're not using the rifle either. Yeah, they can like when they're turning to track you, like they pivot really fast. It's like Dark Souls levels of pivot. Up right, up left. Ignore these scavengers. Yeah, that's the instant death part. I wasn't scared of no instant death. Shoken Koroshi ain't got nothing on me, man. So we gotta check that chasm there first, and then we gotta run back to this minecart over here. Okay. Got it. So the next menu coming up, that's actually where we're supposed to use the equip the airburst. Okay, let's see, use there, an airburst, and then is that really it? That's all I got? Well, that's fine. It's kind of all I need. There, and we did that, and then key item, boom, boom, boom. Okay. There's a bunch of bats here, but we're, you know, like, you know what we do to Zubat? We run. Because Zubat is just a waste of our time. And take this, and then put that in slot 2. Pull this switch here. Yep. Now we're gonna exit, and we're gonna go. Oh, wait. I almost forgot the most important thing. I gotta do this again. Because we could run out of ammo here and it would be bad. Gotta get that safety save, man. Like, there's a lot of safety saves that are necessary for this game. All right, so this is the Blizzard Chaser. He sucks. He's gonna charge us any second now. There it is. Yep. Okay, and he's gonna run away. Like, that's what he does. He just attacks and he runs away. And that he just came out of the corner and just grabbed us. Okay, there. He wasn't close enough to where he could get hit by the oh man, I'm gonna have to heal in between these encounters. Let me think about this here for just a moment. Energy shot first. And use this recovery. He's gonna, yep, called it. We're gonna be able to hit him here. Yes, okay, that's good. Then Necrosis. Oh, I missed. It's okay. Reload. He's gonna get me. Yeah, I reloaded at the wrong time. It's all right. It's all right. Do it again. That was a questionable hit, but it's okay. The car's... Oh, wait. Reload. Go, go, go. Okay, that was a good hit. That was a good hit. Now hit him pyro again. Should be enough. Yeehaw! That was good. Okay, good, 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 good. Okay, we gotta hit that switch on the motorbike so that nothing happens, because that is necessary before we can proceed. I don't know why that is. It just is. Yeah. Yeah, none of these bosses so far are marathon friendly at all. Basically, your supplies are very very limited. Very, very limited. In the case of those grenades, like, man, if I didn't destroy all those barrels, I would have had to reset, probably. Like, if I didn't destroy those barrels and catch him in the explosion, then I would have had to reset. But, you know, I've gotten pretty okay at that boss. At least I like to think that I have. It short circuits the blood cord. Well, yeah. I mean, I guess, maybe. Okay, now we hit that switch. Go forward, and we're gonna counter this guy. We're gonna energy shot, and then he's gonna. Okay. Oh, oop, oop, oop. Hang on. No. Yes. Got him. Reload. He can't attack us while he's on the ground for some reason. Hit him with pyro. That should be enough. Nope. But that was probably just barely survived by the skin of his teeth. Nah. This is definitely not gonna PB anymore. Because I used too many safety saves already. Great RNG though. Like, I wish I got this. I wish I got this kind of RNG on any of my other runs, any of my other attempts earlier today. We're cutting it close. We're really cutting it close. Take these medical supplies. We want that, man, I gotta think, is there another like medical, or is there another like recovery or something I can get? Yeah, don't even worry about this. Just squeeze in over here and there. There's not really a whole lot of supplies to pick up between here and the boss. And we're gonna mash the crap out of this, and mash the crap out of this. We're not going to get hit between here and the boss, I'm pretty sure, but the boss is going to be a little tight. I just have to make sure that I don't get hit by any falling projectiles, which I'm pretty sure I'll be okay if I get hit by one. But if I get hit by two, like, I'll certainly be dead. Uh-oh. Run! Okay. Oh wait, I know what I can do. There's a can of Coke. I can just do safety coke. It's right here. There. Wait a moment. I had one of these the whole time. Yeah, I think we're good. All right. Just wanted to use the safety coke. Or at least I'm calling it the safety coke. It doesn't really, it doesn't really make things much safer, but it's a safety coke. Now this encounter is kind of fated to happen anyway. Just run right through them. Don't even worry about it. We don't have to worry about BP routing anymore. Everything's good. Back in the septic tank. And these guys swimming around. Man, this place is really smelly, I bet. Man, why did they put the septic tank over here, huh? It's a really odd place to put a septic tank. Yep. Got out of there before we got filled full of holes. Take this grenade, and then we're gonna put away the move. Put away that GPS, and I think that's everything. Yeah, that's correct. Then we're gonna. Why did I lose 10 max HP somewhere? Because I changed armors. Aya went from wearing her leather jacket to an assault suit, which has 10 less HP. So now we're going to start and... Oh, I didn't save. Oh boy. Okay. Energy shot. Ooh. Let's go do this again. 1. Then we're going to hit him with Pyro again. Pyro. Oh, almost. One more ought to do it. Good. We don't need those. All right, we're going for it. We're doing it live. We just got to not get swallowed up, okay? So to start, energy shot. The glutton is going to move to a specific spot. Is going to... There it goes. 1, 2. Back up, back up, back up. Okay. Okay, that's poison gas. That's... So we need to... Oh. So we need to kill the glutton here in order to get the eau de toilette. There's another eau de toilette to get. Here it goes. 1, 2. Back up, back up, back up. Okay. Yeah, when it does poison like that, there's not anything it can do except just go over here and... Will you cut it out, please? Thank you. Why are you doing this? Why do you hate me so much? Dude, 4 poisons in a row? This is like unheard of. Okay, there, finally. There we go. Okay, that was a little scary. That was a little scary. But we got it. We got it. See, yeah, obviously if you get swallowed up, then it's an instant death. So we wanted that. We wanted to score that kill there because, well, one, it's faster. It's faster to kill it here because, you know, otherwise, if you try to kill the boss with the trash compactor method by like letting it go over here and then go all the way down, then it costs a lot of time. A lot of time to do that. So you're better off just killing it. And aside from that, you need the eau de toilette that the boss drops if you actually opt to straight up go for the bullet kill. Because we need 3 eau de toilettes for the next 3 bosses, basically. I could have actually moved in a straight line to get around these mad chasers. And I know what you're thinking. Eau de toilette, what is the point of that? And the point is to induce berserk. We want to induce berserk. Because inducing berserk means we get a lot of damage multiplier. Okay, and then 1, 8. Floodgate lock released. Is it going to kill the boss? Or is it going to kill that before we can get out of there? No, good. It would have actually cost us time if Kyle killed that diver. He's not going to ooh at us. Induce Berserk. So if Aya is under Berserk, then she is more likely to score crits. On top of using Energy Shot. So if you stack Energy Shot to like 2 and you use Eau de Toilette, then you do a ton of damage. And I mean a ton of damage. Is this a game you can beat while taking no damage? So I do have a segmented kill all no damage run of this on normal. It's on my YouTube channel. Want to take a look at it? youtube.com/carcinogensta. You can find it in my playlists. So we're going for the bad ending. We get Yoshida's card instead of Bowman's card. We're not going to save Pierce. We're not saving anyone, really. The only reason that we saved Flint is because, well, it was faster, but that's okay because Flint's a good boy. Does Eau de Toilette remind her of her ex and make her go berserk? Yeah, sure. Oh, I can just go this way and avoid the battle, right? Yeah. Yeah, for some reason, these guys just, like, hang out from the ceiling. These are... Like, these chasers actually have, like, a funny noise. They make. We're gonna run over here and get this ringer solution. I'm trying to save all of my ringer solutions for the final boss because I'm horrendous at the final boss, so I use a different strat. But one day I'll learn the big boy strat. I only started writing this game again seriously like a week ago. Oop. A 3 E I L M 2 S 2 Y. Log in. Honk honk. Yeah, so this puzzle is a pretty interesting cipher. The idea is, well, let's just go visitor program, Cloup and Crustaceans and Melissa Pierce. Mash. No. I actually don't even know what Eau de Toilette smells like. Ooh. Save? No, I don't need to yet. I'll do so before I'll do so before Giant Bowman. Even though I don't think anything is gonna go wrong. It's probably a good idea to do so. Because the save is actually pretty close. Oh, you know, it is actually possible to skip this encounter by, like, walking, but I hadn't actually practiced that yet. So, when practicing this game, I've been using the Mr. FPGA, which is an FPGA-based multi-console. Basically, hardware emulator, transistor level accurate, really, really, really nice. Okay, you gotta open that door there. And when you say, and you can like save state PlayStation games on it, and it's like save stating on a real console. It's kind of wild compared to, you know, like running it on emulator and having to deal with like, you know, the slight input delay that comes with running it on emulator. Oh, well, getting around that encounter is easy. There, I just walked around it. There, they didn't aggro. Nice. Well, we turned off all the security, we opened all the doors, and now we're on our way over to Neo Arc, which is going to tell us a lot more about the this whole second Neoteny project. It's at this point in the game that we learn that all of the monsters that we have been facing up to this point are humans that have basically been regressed and regrown into whatever they chose to be. They were probably brainwashed. Who knows? It's implied that they might have even been members of a cult or something. I don't know. But it's a there's a lot of unanswered questions. Like it gives you a lot of exposition that raises a lot of questions, but it doesn't really answer a whole lot of those questions. And in a way, I don't know, it kind of makes the game more disturbing that way.
even weird about this game too is that it takes place in the Mojave Desert.
Oh, under the Mojave Desert. But, well,
yeah, dry field. I've actually been around there. It's like in California.
Oh, yeah. I guess it's like not too far from LA, is it?
It's like a drive. You end up. It's like a stop that you kind of go to between like other destinations.
What's it like?
Honestly, this game kind of nails it. The giant scorpions all over the place, weird camel-looking things.
Oh,
These
okay.
things that say "ooh."
Oh, wow!
Yeah,
you even saw the ooh guys. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. No, in all actuality, I know like a burger spot out there.
Oh. Huh.
Yeah.
Well, in any case, these are generators over here. These guys, they power a part of the facility that we need to go to. We're going to target him first, energy shot. Then we're going to hit left and square, and then that enables us to target the life support system very quickly. And then I'm going to reload here, and pow, he's done. And we're going to, I can actually discard this. I don't need it. Because I got 2 heals, I'm good. And then we're gonna corner over here and then just go semi-straight over here. That's good. So these guys, there's not really much you can do about these guys. You can kind of sort of dodge them, but beyond that, if you get hit here, it's an acceptable loss. Fire alert. Yeah, we just killed that we just killed that generator. We just killed that big ANMC that has like, I don't know, a metric ton of mitochondria. Yeah, that's basically what this whole game is about, is like mutant mitochondria. The thing that is like an organelle that lives in one of your cells, and it creates energy for your cells via ATP. So if you drink a ton of Coca-Cola and tartrazine and Red 40, you're gonna get some crazy magic powers. Okay, so do that a bunch.
Yeah, with I know this game there were some complaints from the original author with the science of the story.
Really?
Yeah, Parasite Eve 1 originally was based off a book. It's actually a licensed franchise.
Yeah.
And the game for Parasite Eve 1 is a direct remake of the book. However, instead of being in Japan, it's in US. It's a sequel, but the story beats are all the same.
Right.
So it's like, the exact same thing is happening, but again.
Hang on.
But it's supposed to be a sequel to the book. The thing is, Parasite Eve was kind of a resounding success, and it turned out well. It wasn't originally meant to be like this whole new thing. It was a tech demo for Final Fantasy, I think, 8. But as a result, they had this new IP, and they thought, hey, why don't we do something about it? So they kind of made the game a little bit more Resident Evil. They tried to, I think they used more of the traditional survival horror type gameplay. But the thing is, in terms of the story, they didn't have that original thing anymore because, well, the author I don't think he made a sequel.
Yeah, it's the direction that Hideaki Sena was going for the book in the movie, were like the vision he had was definitely different from the video game.
Yeah, in terms of a lot of people like to say, the mitochondria game, and it is, but with Parasite Eve 1, the science is really accurate, despite being kind of weird. The author was very hard pressed, hey, I want my science to be legit. This is science.
But he didn't like Parasite Eve 2?
He doesn't like it as much because of the science, apparently.
Because of the science, apparently.
That is what I've heard.
Yeah, I mean, the thing about these like sci-fi sort of horror franchises is they have to have a layer of plausible deniability. In that some of the science has to be accurate. Like I think that's like half of what makes that's like half of what makes sci-fi interesting is like some of the science is grounded in reality, but I mean but at the end of the day, it's all fiction. You gotta take it that way. But because it is like science fiction, there are rules to its universe. Same with like pretty much any kind of horror. There's always like some origin story for like the big bad whatever, and but the big bad whatever has rules to it, right?
Right.
So there's always like a place that it came from, and there's a way to kill it. Pretty much. And in this case, it's just a lot of bullets and ATP. Okay, so
I also give full. Oh, good.
Anyway, so I have to do energy shot here. I got to keep him targeted, and then we're gonna go around the corner, hit left. Okay, destroyed the that, and am I gonna hit him from here? Yes, I can. Very good. Yeah, go ahead, Ek.
I was gonna say, like, in all fairness, if you're creating video games in the 90s, I don't know how much scientific backing you're going to have as a story writer. Like, you suddenly have this brand new IP and there's not really a place to go forward with. It's probably like how in animes and something, like when you have a TV show versus the novel, the TV show starts passing the novel and it's, hey, wait, we didn't write this. We're adapting. What do we do now? You end up getting a bunch of filler episodes.
Right. I mean, that's the thing about. I mean, that's just the nature of the different mediums. Like the different mediums, like there's going to be liberties taken in order to make the general experience of consuming said medium more palatable. Like take for instance the differences between like The Last of Us, the TV show versus Last of Us, the video game. Like the TV show is obviously like very different from the game, but there's certain things in the games, like if you just made it like a shot for shot recreation of like all the stuff that happened in the games, instead of just like kind of following general story beats in a general order while also changing parts of the story to make it palatable to that particular viewing experience, like it's not going to be very good. There's a reason why, even like, all these movie adaptations that, you kind of expect to see, like a lot of people want Resident Evil to be more faithful to the game, like a Resident Evil movie to be more faithful to the game. But it's like how likely are they to do that? You got to subvert everyone's expectations somehow, right?
Yeah. Although with video game movies, it's always weird for me.
Yeah. I mean,
I'd rather just play a game.
Yeah, I mean, even like game stories and game scenarios, it's like they're fine in the context of a game, but like you can't really do a movie story in the context of a game either, without like having to change it to make it more palatable for like gameplay. It's like I think that a lot of like there's plenty of people who are like well what's even the point of story in a video game? And the thing about scenario in a video game is it immerses you. It gives you something to do. I think that's like probably the most. I think that's probably like the most important thing. Regarding.
Although credit where credit be due, video game movies are a lot better right now than they used to be.
Yeah. I think so. That sounds about right.
Well, I enjoy your Sonic movies, the Mario movie, the Last of Us series, the Fallout series. A lot of things are really good and, like watchable. Back in the day, when this came out, you probably would have had a lot of the, who's that guy? Uwe Boll movies.
Oh, Uwe Boll?
Yeah, or you would have had the OG Resident Evils with the
Paul Billy Jovovich and Paul W.S. Anderson.
Yeah. Yeah, there's still some duds. We see Borderlands in chat. There's still some.
You know what TV show actually? What video game TV show actually turned out to be pretty good that I wasn't expecting to turn out good? Twisted Metal.
Twisted Metal is good.
Yeah, Twisted Metal, the TV show, was actually pretty good.
Making season 2 in August or July, I think, around summertime.
Like, it actually kind of makes me happy that there's going to be a season 2 of Twisted Metal. Like, I never would have thought they would have made a Twisted Metal TV show.
And hey, with all the nostalgia coming out, hopefully we see some of the old game franchises come back in some meaningful way.
Maybe. Anyway, I got to prepare for this next boss fight here. So let's see here. First, we got to switch over to P229, load up the Spartan ammo, and then we're going to put on this Eau de Toilette, and then PE, we're going to do Energy Shot level 3, and then that should be good enough. Yeah, I'm 99% sure that's good enough. Okay, so here's what we do. We're going to hit up left, and this is... hello, camera? Okay. All right, and then we're going to go over here, and we're going to Energy Shot, and then he's going to charge up for an attack. Oh, whoa. Okay, not good. What the heck was that? Okay, whatever. Okay, now we're going to hit him with the Plasma, and that hits Eve, and then we're going to Eau de Toilette, and then start shooting him. So now we're doing like 200 damage a shot, and whenever the antibody comes up, Eve will eventually antibody him. As long as we keep hit stunning him, that won't happen, but we gotta wait for him. He's gonna attack again. Basically, Eve is controlling him and like set up an antibody. Oh, they're done. Yeah, the setup for that is, yeah, take all of those. Take them all. So now we find out that the little girl that we were chasing. This is the Eve of the story. Is this little girl right here? And someone called, but who was phone? I'm gonna make this safety save here because something really dumb can happen that can actually like ruin the run. I'm gonna take this ringer solution here, which restores our HP MP. Talk to this guy, and then after that's done, the lights flicker. Where there's tear gas or I don't know, nerve gas or something coming in here. That's that fetus in there is a clone of Aya, basically one of the Eve prototypes. This little girl is basically a clone of Aya. And we gotta walk. As soon as she starts walking, we run. This is what I was afraid of. Like sometimes Eve will just stop. Like she won't move. And you have to figure out like what it takes to get her to move. It's like the way like the logic behind how she moves makes literally no sense. And I have lost runs with like 2-minute PBs because of that. It ain't pretty. It ain't pretty when it happens. Yeah, there are a lot of things that can ruin this run, actually. I mean, so far I haven't actually had anything like really ruin this run. This is like a forced cutscene, can't skip it. But this we can skip. And now basically every floor is covered with these golems, just like number 9. There was a cutscene that we skipped where number 9 unthawed a bunch of golems from a freezer, and now they are all over the base. It's like some kind of crazy hostile takeover. Yeah, just a bunch of lanky freaking ape men that have weapons grafted onto their bodies. They're all neo-mitochondrian super soldiers. They all use like close range weapons and like grenades and stuff like that, because apparently it makes them easier to control or something, in case they all decide to rebel. All right, so we're gonna run around here. Oh, uh-oh. That's fine. Did a lot of damage to that golem we just ran past, but barely did any damage to us, so we're good. We're good. Hard up and left. Now we're gonna get on this elevator here. We have to take the long way around to get to the garage. That's our next objective, is to go to the garage, because that's where number 9 probably took Eve. I don't know. We don't know yet. We don't know yet. Also, that door down the hallway is locked. I don't even know why I was going in that direction. They made better choices than the ones that chose to become exploding babies. Exactly. Yeah, that's the thing, is like the human host subjects that chose to become neo-mitochondrian creatures, you know, it's all about evolution, you see. They wanted to evolve. Uh-oh. Whoa. Whoa. Whoa, man. Whoa. 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 Yeah, so by moving a certain line, we trigger this guy, the Rook Golem, I believe, to do a, like, you know, a little predator laser. He jumps at us. It's like, forget him. He's done. Oh, uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay, okay. And we got to do this right so we don't get grabbed. Yep. Okay. So like yeah, these guys can either grab you from behind, or they'll do like that weird little tackle that guy just did. So yeah, this is good. That's what we wanted. Now we're gonna do the puzzle real quick here. It's gonna rock. There, and there, and there. There we go. Now we got the red car. We wanted the red car. And we're gonna hold up right, and we gotta do a couple of camera transition changes here. Then key item, and no, I want to get rid of some of these things here. I don't think I need the. I think we're. Yeah, there. Am I good on? I'm a little low on recovery items here. Should I buy an extra? I think I'll buy an extra because I need to get up to full HP before the fight with Brahmin. What time are we at so far, by the way?
125.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we're coming in. We're coming in under estimate. Yeah, this is what the Rook Golems can do, is they can grab you from behind, and then we can shake out, and then they'll have a quick little seizure, regain consciousness. You know, it's what happens when you grab Aya, apparently. Up and left. Another control panel over here. This guy's gonna put us under silence, probably. One of them are. Yeah, doesn't matter. So now the U.S. Army has come in, you know, the good old red, white, and blue. They shot a bunch of the golems in the head, and have established a base camp, and now we are being debriefed by the commanding officer. And then we're going to go out here and we're going to find our friend Rupert from the start of the game, who got savagely beat down by number 9 at the Acropolis Tower. And then he's going to give us give us his gun. Yeah, Rupert lost his family to NMCs during the events of the first game. So he really, really doesn't like neo-mitochondrian creatures. Items, and then pepper spray. Okay, and I'm going to take a recovery that. Also, yes. Okay, are we set? I just have to make sure we're set. Yeah, okay, we're good. So I got a lot of pepper sprays. Yeah, Maeda mentioned. Yeah, Maeda is the scientist from the first game. And Maeda made some special bullets that are loaded with Aya's rebel mitochondria, like Aya's rebellious mitochondria, if you paid attention to the events of the first game. And they basically Aya's mitochondria are like the good mitochondria in that they don't want to rebel. They want to maintain the relationship of parasite and host, essentially. But the neo-mitochondrian creatures are created by bad mitochondria that want to take over the host organism and basically control all evolution, essentially. Yeah, it's a bit convoluted. It's a bit convoluted. But that's really all you need to know is mitochondria. Okay, so here we got to save. This is going to be the last save that we make. Final boss is coming up. That's a fire extinguisher. Thank you, Aya. Hard right. Ooh, okay. We were able to. Yep, Eve must be in there. So once we go into this room and trigger this cutscene, we are triggering the beginning of the end, the point of no return. Skip all these, and then pain, my gunshot wound. So yeah, we got shot during this cutscene, so we got to recover. That's what I bought that for, and then move there, and then move there. Oh, I should first up, 44 Magnum rounds, and then eau de toilette, and then pepper spray, and pepper spray, I think. Then 44 Magnum, and that should be good, right? I think so. No, I want to swap out this for recovery. That's good. Just in case, you know? I do this in order to avoid an encounter with the Rook Golem over here. All right, so first final boss fight versus the ultimate ANMC or Brahmin. Oh, oops, no. Getting a little ahead of myself. 2 energy shots, now. Okay, that's good. And then I'm gonna reload here, actually. Can I hit him from here? There. Uh-oh. Okay, that's not good. first, we're gonna pepper spray, and then we'll recovery, and then we'll eau de toilette, and then crap. Then I'll reload. Okay, he went straight for the open the core again. Yeah, if you hit his core with pepper spray, then yeah, he don't like it very much. There we go. That was easy. We got an extra ringer solution here. So now we got to go to the right, and then we're going to go over here, and then first I'm going to res metabolism as high as I can, because metabolism is very good to have in this next boss fight, because negative status effects suck. Basically, it can just hit you with all kinds of negative status effects, and if you are not prepared, then, well, you're basically SOL. All right, we got... Yeah, I got extra pepper spray. Normally, you're supposed to use pepper spray in this fight, but I'm going for a backup strat. Basically, I've just resigned myself to being bad at this fight, so we're gonna DPS exchange. Hey, I can't say that here, Goblin Cat. Nice cat. Okay. 1, 2. And then energy shot. And keep it going. Okay. Okay, this is actually good. We want it to rush and run away. Once we hit this camera angle here, we're gonna... There it is. Heal up real quick. Uh-oh. She's gonna... Nuh-uh. No, you don't. Yeah, these Maeda bullets, they're really strong. So we gotta make use of them. We gotta try to get as many crits out of it as we can. Okay, she's gonna slam again. Last 6. By the way, split is on last hit on the boss. Which isn't yet. Okay, is it gonna slam? Nope. Gotta do energy shot. 1. Oh! Come on! Oh, confusion. Okay, that's fine, that's fine. Whoa! Heal, now. Oh my god. She keeps trying to hit me. I got too close. Phew! We're almost done with the fight. I gotta reload my gun. What am I doing? We're still under metabolism. No, you don't. Hello? Okay. Time!
GG.
Well, actually went better than I was expecting.
Good stuff.
So that was Parasite Eve. Dos. It's a good game. You should play it sometime. It's pretty tough. Pretty tough. That's really it. That's about all I got.
Alrighty then. I don't remember. Do we have like an ending cutscene after that, or?
There is a brief ending cutscene. So we got the bad ending. There is a better ending that we can get by saving our friend and colleague Pierce, who has wandered into Dryfield just like completely randomly, and we have to solve an obscure puzzle in order to be able to go back to Dryfield, rescue him, and then go back to the shelter where he appears in the Ultimate ANMC's chamber instead of Kyle. And we don't really see a whole lot of Kyle throughout Pierce's route. Yeah, so we have to save him. We have to save another soldier, and we get like the ending epilogue cutscene that talks about like what happens to all the characters after the game is over. And there's another extra scene where Aya is reunited with Kyle, and you know all is groovy in the world, and you know for the most part pretty conclusive. Hey, what you doing? What you doing over here? Shoot. Yeah, you just want to stretch, don't you? You see this? See this? This is my best friend, comedic foil, and business partner. His name is Young Poos. I'm gonna do my Poos dance now. Okay, he doesn't want to do the Poos dance. It's okay.
He tried his best out there. That being said, one, any shout-outs you want to give? And two, if anyone wanting to find you, where can they find you?
So, yeah, I want to give some shout-outs to a couple of regulars in my Twitch chat who have actually helped me to learn a lot about the mechanics in the game and where to find, like, a lot of the more obscure monster positions for, like, the kill-all runs and stuff. Pure Heart of Dark and Pinkie Pie Style. Cheers, guys. Also want to give shout-outs to a few people from the Parasite Eve 2 speedrunning community. Wolf DNC, Sir Retro 91, and Sena. Like I mostly watched Sena's world record to sort of learn the route as best I could. Sir Retro and Wolf were kind of hanging around in chat and helping me to learn some of the finer points of speedrunning this game. Appreciate it. But beyond that, like, yeah, if I've forgotten something, if I've forgotten someone, I'm sorry. But I think that's about everyone. But otherwise, you know, I think I've been really enjoying playing this, and I want to run it some more. I'm definitely going to find more excuses to run it. But, you know, you guys should give me a follow. My Twitch channel, twitch.tv/carcinogenSDA. Or, you know, if you go to the title right there that says @carcinogenSDA right there, you can click that and then click follow. You know, that's one of the nicer things that Twitch has implemented into the UI in a while. You know, provided you're on PC. But otherwise, it's Carcinogen SDA. You know, it's been shouted out several times. You know, you just scroll up just a little bit, you can find it there. But also, I do a lot of no damage runs, more so than speed runs. But I'm kind of eking more back into speed running. But I do a lot of post commentary for all my videos, and you can find all those at youtube.com/carcinogenSDA. I actually just released an Onimusha no damage run on my YouTube channel. It's pretty fun, you know. I see a lot of Onimusha in my future.
All right.
A lot of Nightmare Run, again, a lot of Nightmare Mode, Parasite Eve. You know, maybe some other, whatever. You know, I really like PlayStation games. You know, that's all. That's all I got.
Tight. Well, thank you for that run of Parasite Eve 2, Carcy.
Thank you for having me.
You absolutely. If you did miss out on that, you can find the link in Twitch chats. It's in the title as well. Carcinogen SDA does quite a lot of fun, no damage speedruns and, well, just general horror games. So go ahead and check them out sometime. Anyway, that about wraps up our show for the night. Hope you all enjoyed this episode of Speedruns from the Crypt. It was nice taking a look back in time a little bit. Some fun retro horror and games that maybe franchises you don't normally expect. We'll be back in about 2 weeks. I think about is it 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks? I don't actually remember. It might be about 3 weeks. So we have 3 weeks. Be back then. I know it's always when the big events are happening, the schedule changes a bit. So we'll be back in about 3 weeks. We'll have more fun horror games around then. Before we do go, I do have a few announcements to wrap it on up for the show. One, you can go to gamesdonequick.com/hotfix to check out our season schedule. You can find out the schedule for all the shows happening over there. You can usually find out what's happening throughout the week. And as well, you can check out the GDQ's International Transgender Day of Visibility celebration, a weekend highlighting transgender speedrunners on March 29th and March 30th. And you can use !trans visibility in Twitch chat for more information on that. Anyway, thank you all for watching. Although you do have a wonderful rest of the day and or night, I have been your host, Crisis. I do a lot of fun horror games myself, and I do plan these shows out. So if you like that, come check me out sometime. Anyway, before we do go as well, if you do miss out on Crosshair or Speedruns from the Crypt, stay tuned as we replay both shows after this, and you can tune tomorrow starting at 7 p.m. Eastern for As Seen on TV and Passion Project. Anyway, have a wonderful rest of the day or night, and take it easy.